into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
I hope you're smiling as much as I am, because I'm that pleased to see you this morning. Well, I know I can't actually see you, but I'm kind of envisioning you this morning. And I hope you're loving life, because we are loving the fact that we've got you for the next 3 hours. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to it. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. My name is Graham Richards. And this morning, it's all about the little kid lumps. We are going to be delving deep into the Cooking for Kids cookbook from Be Well. Sounds like an absolute gem. And I think we all know how fussy little ones can be when it comes to eating, and we want to make sure that we've got obviously all the right nutrients in there as well. And this is going to give us some great creative recipes and some staples, and give it something like a nice simple spin to help us get the little ones to eat exactly what we need to. Then after cooking up a storm in the kitchen, we get advice from content creator and Mzansi's Queen of Clean, Mpubi Ledwaba, on cleaning and organizing. She's going to give us some tips, some hacks for kids in the home as well. So we got you covered, we got you prepped, and I must say, part of the reason why I'm smiling so much this morning is I'm like a thorn amongst the roses. I get to start my day with two incredibly talented human beings and gorgeous ladies to boot. What a lucky man am I, and how lucky are you this morning? Good morning, ladies.
Well, a very good morning to you, Graham. Yes, I'm Zoe Brown, and of course joined here by Jamie Lee Domberg. And what a beautiful morning it's going to be.
It's definitely going to be. Actually, on social media, it's such a throwback kind of a moment for me, because we're speaking all about high school and what your favorite memories on high school was. And I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, it feels like just yesterday that I matriculated. What about you? Do you have any special memories that when it comes to high school?
Well, for me, I think it was just being able to hang out with my friends every single day. I never realized how important those friendships and being able to see your friends so often was.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we were a little bit naughty here and there. It's like, you know, bunking class, but that's not a highlight. My mother can't know that.
Well, now Auntie Fredeline does know that you bunked high school, but you do let us know what your high school memories were, and just all of those memories we want to know. Expresso Morning Show SABC3.
Well, listen, I need to tell you about this because we have our Clover Authenticos, which is the only authentic Greek-style yogurt currently in South Africa, and of course a little bit of authentic Greek strain.
So I see we have the plain double cream yogurt here. What other flavors do you get in them?
Well, they're available in two new delicious 750-gram flavors. That's the coconut and apple, as well as cinnamon. And really, it's perfect for breakfast or snacking in between. And of course, this is now breakfast for me.
And see, you learn something new every day, which is why we're highlighting all about high school memories. But do let us know again, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Right now, it's time to find out what's happening in those news headlines. Here we go.
Thank you so much, ladies. Let's start here in South Africa, where Higher Education Minister Blade Nzimande has appealed to students to end their national shutdown over registration at universities, as the academic year is already short. Also, the country is facing possibly a third wave of COVID-19 infections, which may cause further delays in the academic year. Nzimande was addressing Parliament's Higher Education and Training Portfolio Committee. He added that he was concerned that the protests had become a regular feature every beginning of the year. Then the clock is ticking for the matric class of 2020, particularly those who wish to have a second chance of writing the National Senior Certificate exams. The closing date to register for the second chance opportunity is Friday. Basic Education Department's spokesperson Elijah Mhlanga says it's called a second chance opportunity because it's not supplementary as such. It's a fully fledged exam. Candidates can write any number of subjects but can only register for those which they were registered for in the November exam. Then on the international front, flags flew at half-mast yesterday as Niger declared 3 days of national mourning to honor the 137 people who were killed in a series of coordinated attacks on villages in the southwest, the bloodiest carnage the country has witnessed in years. Musa Faki Mahamat, chair of the African Union Commission, expressed outrage at the resurgence of assaults on civilians in the country and reiterated the urgent need to strengthen the campaign against terrorism terrorism in the Sahel region to preserve human lives. Then further afield, in the US, President Joe Biden has called for swift action to pass firearm legislation to prevent another mass shooting in the country. This follows the shooting deaths of 10 people at a grocery store in Boulder in Colorado yesterday. The victims included a policeman and an emergency service worker. 21-year-old Ahmad al-Aliwi was arrested shortly after the attack. Biden said the US Senate should ban assault rifles and eliminate loopholes in legislation on checking firearm owners' personal information. Next, news of an amazing plea made in Taiwan regarding name changing. A phenomenon in Taiwan that has been dubbed the salmon chaos has seen citizens actually changing their names so that they can cash in on a free sushi promotion. A top Taiwanese official issued a plea yesterday for people to stop changing their name to salmon after hundreds made the unusual move to take advantage of a restaurant promotion. Mostly young people and university students flocked to government offices in recent days to officially register a change in their name. Under the promotion, any customer whose ID card contained the Chinese characters for salmon would be entitled to an all-you-can-eat sushi meal along with 5 friends. Well, Taiwan allows people to officially change their name up to 3 times, but Taiwanese officials weren't amused, and they said it was not only a waste of time but caused unnecessary paperwork. Salmon-themed names reported in local media included Explosive Good-Looking Salmon, Salmon Prince, Meteor Salmon King, and Salmon Fried Rice. One resident decided to add a record 36 new characters to his name, most of them seafood themed, including the characters for abalone, crab, lobster, and yes, of course, salmon. You can ponder that ridiculousness as we move into our sporting headlines. Well, hopefully ending much speculation over recent months. South African rugby and the British and Irish Lions yesterday have now confirmed that the Lions tour of South Africa will go ahead as scheduled. Following a succession of meetings and a thorough review of information, the Lions board confirmed that they will be sticking with the initial plan of matches being hosted by South Africa during July and August. The original schedule, however, which includes 5 warm-up matches against provincial teams, an invitational side and South Africa A before the 3-test series, could be changed. Mark Alexander, South African rugby president, admitted that yesterday. Then on to netball. African netball will return tomorrow in the form of the Spa Challenge Tri-Nations taking place in Cape Town. Of course, South Africa's Proteas, Namibia's Deb Marine Desert Jewels, Uganda's She Cranes, the President's 12 and the Baby Proteas will all feature in the 16-match series. South Africa will take on Namibia in the opening fixture at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Then on to footballing news. Tottenham Hotspur's forward Gareth Bale intends to return to Real Madrid next season after his loan at Spurs ends. The 31-year-old Wales captain still has a year left on his Real Madrid contract and will be returning to Spain next season. Bale said the main reason for coming to Spurs this season was to play football and become match fit for the Euros. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get our first take on this morning's weather.
And it has become a favorite part of our mornings to feature your sunrise photos. We're going to kickstart the morning off with this picturesque image of the sun rising over the ocean in Simonstown, and this was sent in by Favaz Ardendorf. Now today will be warm, and if you are in Cape Town, reaching a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. Gary Orkamp, a regular contributor, shared this stunning image from East London of the sun rising over their parts of the coast. Today's maximum will be 24 degrees Celsius. Please continue to share your sunrise photos with us. You can do so on the Expresso Facebook page, and you may just see your photo featured during one of our segments. And another feature we are really enjoying is learning about other parts of the world, to include our international viewers who are tuned in via YouTube and the Africa channel in the US. Now this morning we are sending our greetings and providing this brief weather update to any viewers tuned in from Omaha, Nebraska. It is the largest city in the state and home to the headquarters of 4 Fortune 500 companies, and temperatures range widely between summer and winter, with highs in summer reaching up to 32 degrees Celsius and winters as low and cold as minus 18 degrees Celsius. Today, however, will be cloudy and a breezy one with a maximum of only 11 degrees Celsius. A quick news update for you. Environmental news from the Garden Province is that the KwaZulu-Natal Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs has instructed the Ugu District Municipality on the populous South Coast to urgently intervene where sewage waste was washed into the Uvongo River and from there landed in the sea at Uvongo Beach. Now, several complaints were received from the public. MEC Ravi Pillay visited the area and inspected 2 sewage pumping stations where the spill occurred. The department's spokesperson, Beki Mbwanwa, said the matter was received urgent attention. A few weeks ago, the Ugu District Municipality temporarily had to close the popular Margate and Lagoon beaches after a sewage spill. The municipality said there had been a faulty pump at one of its wastewater treatment works, which led to sewage landing on the beaches. Well, that's where we leave your environmental news for now. Let's quickly look at those temperatures. If you're in Polokwane today, partly cloudy with a low of 14, a high of 23. Mbombela, your low for today is 18 and high 25. Pretoria, 15 with a high of 20. Thunder showers can be expected in Johannesburg, 13 reaching a high of 17. Mahikeng, 14, 21. Klerksdorp, 14 reaching a high of 21. Thunder showers in Kimberley today, 14 with a high of 20. Rainy conditions in Bloemfontein, 12 with a high of 18. Cloudy in Richards Bay today, 19 reaching a high of 26. Pietermaritzburg, 14, 23. Durban, 20 reaching a high of 26. Cloudy conditions in Mthatha today with a high of 24. East London, expect rain with a high of 24. Partly cloudy in Cradock with a low of 14, a high of 27. Gqeberha, 18 reaching a high of 24 today. It's partly cloudy in George, 15 reaching a high of 24. Cape Town, 17 with a high of 28. Worcester, 14, 32. Sutherland, 9 reaching a high of 24. And some rain can be expected in Uppington today with a low of 15 and a high of 26 degrees Celsius. That's where we leave your weather for now. Another update coming your way at 8 o'clock.
So I'm kind of feeling quite polished. I actually really like this look, kind of keeping it chilled, but I feel it's kind of like a nice, clean, polished look, especially with the white sneakers. But I thought, let me elevate it just a little bit, or maybe kind of close it off. Went through a couple of jerseys. There's some great knit options in Woolies at the moment, but I haven't worn a bomber in a while, and changing into season as we flirt with kind of the winter months coming in. I thought I would round it off with this awesome navy bomber, just to introduce kind of a softer color. What I like about this, it's not too heavy, and it feels good, and I think it's quite sharp as well to finish off a very clean look. Collar pops, but it's not going to kind of get in the way. I actually really love this. The zip's not too heavy. It's a nice clean line. So I have to look at myself in the mirror briefly, and I love it. I don't know what you think, but I think this finishes off the look beautifully. And of course, you can get your unbelievable range of jackets, of knitwear, of guys, very, very stylish winter wear at Woolies. You can shop it online, you can shop it in store, or you can head over to the amazing app and complete your look as well.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Happy Wednesday to all of you. We're about to get into a very important conversation right now because today is World Tuberculosis Day, a commemorative day that seeks to raise public awareness about the devastating health, social and economic consequences of TB and to step up efforts to end the global epidemic.
That's right. And here to tell us about the latest developments is Dr. Caroline Prule, who is a biomedical scientist at UCT and is passionate about global health, medical research, and ensuring that we have a disease-free nation. Good morning, Dr. Caroline. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Oh, you know what? This is such an interesting topic. I mean, TB, it is one of those diseases that really, it remains one of the world's deadliest. And I think there are a lot of people that don't really know that it can be cured.
Yes.
So let's unpack the topic about what makes TB so difficult for a lot of people to really, you know, to eliminate it from our society.
Yeah, actually it is quite devastating to know that this disease has been like around for a very couple of decades, but still it can't be fully like eradicated. But I mean, there's tons of factors that play a role here. Firstly, the treatment itself, it's about 6 months to have normal treatment for TB, and that sometimes people can't be able to finish the course, and when they can't finish that, it causes them to have, drug-resistant TB, which is due to evolution of mutations which happen. And then because of that, now they have to take treatment for a very longer time due to other forms of TB. Secondly, as we know, TB, according to the WHO, is a poverty disease. Yeah. And we know mostly people that are highly prevalent is people in disadvantaged communities. And these people, some of them don't have good jobs to afford good nutritious food and all of that. And some of them lack education about the disease. And another thing, we're still trying to get the best TB vaccine because we had BCG, but it's a bit old and it's not very well, suited for adults. So there are tons of challenges, and co-infection with HIV too makes it really, really hard. But there's hope, hopefully, with time.
And again, today is all about raising awareness with regards to this topic.
Absolutely.
With regards to the developments, where are we against the fight against TB right now?
That's a very good question because due to the challenges that we had with COVID-19, it has taken our progress a bit further back. Nevertheless, I can go back to 2015, post-2015, when the WHO had this strategy of Stop TB and TB strategy, which was quite good in terms of saying in the next 2030, we had it as one of the sustainable development goals that we want to end TB. We want to ensure that about 80% of TB incidences are dropping, 90% of TB deaths are dropping, and there has been improvement in terms of that due to research being done by different organizations. But nevertheless, because of last year's incident, it had quite implications on this, which has led us back with about 12 years, giving us statistics to 2008, and this was given by data from Stop TB, where they published some statistics, and it was so sad to know this was from the data from South Africa and India, which are two of the other countries out of the 8 countries which have high burden of TB. But I mean, I believe with time now, if we can navigate between the two, COVID-19 and TB, we can find our way back. That's why this year's theme for the World TB Day is the clock is ticking. We're running out of time. Yeah.
Well, it's quite scary that 1 year can set us back 12 years to our goal.
True. Yeah, so
and
true.
it's quite scary. I mean, the world was hit with COVID-19 last year, and it's still going on. I know you said it's hit us back 12 years, but what impact has it had in the sense that are people too scared to go out and get their medication because COVID affects the lungs?
Yes. So I think that is another complication because these are both respiratory infection diseases. But the challenge was mostly on the health systems because most of that was prioritized to deal with COVID. I mean, we know we're not ready for COVID-19 and some measures had to be taken. And then secondly, also we couldn't be able to trace more people with TB, meaning more people couldn't be diagnosed and more people couldn't be treated. Or some of them couldn't be able to go to the hospital, like you mentioned, to get their medication, clinics. But again, also some people, we couldn't know if they do have it or not. out. And the challenge of TB, the way it's spread, if someone has TB and they're not aware, they could literally spread it throughout because it's an airborne disease. Yeah.
You said earlier on it's known as the poverty disease. Obviously, that is the biggest myth ever. But who then is more at risk for contracting TB?
Truly, yeah, if you put it in that context, mostly it's people or persons who have medical conditions that weaken their immune system. For instance, people that have had other like diseases like HIV, co-infection, and we just found out also like people with COVID-19 are at 3 times, being susceptible to getting TB. Sure. And then we also have substance abuse. People who are doing like substance abuse, they could get it. People with diabetes, they could get it. Challenging also the elderly people are always like at the risk. And also people who have traveled from countries with high TB prevalence, yeah, they could get it. Or someone who have had it, a contact, meaning having latent TB, yeah.
Okay. I think like, if I think of the different symptoms of TB, the only thing that's coming to my mind right now is a persistent cough, but surely there should be more symptoms to look out for.
True. It's so funny because during my time when I was doing my PhD on TB, sometimes when I had some of the symptoms, I'm like, oh my word, I need to get myself tested. It just plays around with your head. It makes you crazy. Absolutely. But you're right, definitely. It's not only a cough, but also with the cough, it's a persistent cough close to 2 to 3 weeks. But there's other symptoms like when you feel like you have fatigue, you have chest pains. Okay. And also you lack of appetite, coughing blood, and also sometimes if you also, you're feeling a little bit dizzy, but you're not sure what is happening. And the other one, which is also very important, is when you do that cough, when it's very consistent, the kind of cough that you have, because it also can get you like where you have your headaches and all of that. Sure. Yeah. But there's quite tons of them, and chills. Also, when you get chills, yeah, you do have it. So that's why
if any of those symptoms, go get yourself checked out at the doctor.
Please do. It's very important. I mean, it's better to know if you do have TB or not, so that it can be fully treated quickly. Yeah.
Well, the time is now. Time is ticking. Of course, today is World TB Day, a day commemorated since 1882, and it is designed to build public awareness about the global epidemic of TB and efforts to eliminate the disease. Again, thank you so much, Dr. Pule, for joining us this morning and just opening up this conversation with regards to TB.
Thank you very much. And I just want to say something to the people. I just want to say to South African citizens, it's very important to please, if you see any of the symptoms, get yourself tested, just so that you make sure that we get it treated quickly, because we're tired of having lots of people dying with something that could be treated. We don't want you to get more other forms of TB. Oh. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Caroline Pule, for sharing that information. So if you do have any of the symptoms or you've missed any of this, we do have the clip available for you on YouTube.
Awesome.
kids are the future, and it is our duty, I say this as a parent, to ensure that they are nourished and provided with a healthy and a balanced diet to achieve optimal performance, health, and development.
Of course, ensuring that they enjoy their diet, they should, however, can sometimes be more difficult. And of course, Be Well have saved the day with a Cooking for Kids cookbook. Aside from delicious recipes, the meals have also been carefully formulated to suit the everyday needs of our kids. And to tell us more about this is Be Well brand representative Nadia Noureddin. So good to have you with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Absolute pleasure. We are both parents in varying phases. I've got a 4-year-old boy who has been so easy up until like the last 6 months. Now he's impossible to feed for some reason. We know that kids can be quite difficult. So finding this kind of balance in a cookbook is fantastic. I'm sure you are itching to preach the word. So tell us a little bit more about this cookbook. What's it all about?
Okay, so the cookbook, first, we're really excited. The cookbook has been something we've been wanting to develop for a long time, the Cooking for Kids cookbook. And it's an exciting exploration through food and ingredients that is packed with nutrients and basically will assist with children's development from a young age all the way through to the life cycle. So we're really excited and we're amped, and we're here just to secure and help and assist parents in choosing the proper foods to help kids on a daily basis.
Difficult.
It
very
is.
difficult.
We struggle, and we speak about this all the time, picky eaters, and to find a balance for them.
Yes.
How is this cookbook going to make sure that they get the best nutrients in every single dish that we serve them?
We had to research every food group, every ingredient, and how nutritious is this actually, how it's going to benefit our little ones. What we also noticed is that we've looked at key ingredients, things that will assist in brain boosting, energy, help with the energy, sustain energy on a day-to-day basis, core factors that obviously will play a role in their nutritional needs on a day-to-day basis, yeah.
Feed those growing brains.
Definitely.
I love that. And we know that many babies are born with food intolerances. Many children develop these. How have you been able to work around that?
Yeah, we questioned ourselves, is it nutritious? How are we providing brain-boosting material, looking at your omega-3. How omega-3 really assists in brain development. Did we know this? Canola oil is packed with omega-3. Number 2, looking what I've mentioned previously was that giving them sustained energy through the day. And apart from all these things, also incorporating and seeing how we can look at particular food groups and how we can amend it to suit these little ones that actually have these food intolerances.
Nadia, learning and development is such a fundamental stage in any of our little ones' growth phase. How is this cookbook going to ensure just that?
So we've definitely looked at it as a way to encourage and help and assist parents on a day-to-day basis. Me, myself, being a parent, I struggle with what to make on a daily basis. Gosh, it's horrendous.
Amen.
You start doing the same thing over and over.
And I've got a little one that's, you know, one food mustn't touch the other food. So I'm like,
sure.
oh gosh.
Oh,
Yeah,
preach
so
it. Preach it, girl.
So we're sitting in a,
So
we're sitting there and I'm like, okay, I want to get done, you know. So it's fun, it's exciting, and what's amazing about it is that kids can get involved. So we call them little fingers. So you'll see during the categories of the book, these little fingers can actually sit and they can help mom and dad while you're prepping in the kitchen, and that way you're actually bonding while you're cooking. So that's absolutely fabulous, and I think it will really just assist you in creating a positive relationship with food from a young age, which is so vital today.
And when they're invested in the outcome in that way, it is a lot easier to get them to actually embrace it and enjoy it and maybe try new things.
Exactly.
Also, as a parent, and obviously a driving force behind this particular, what sounds like an absolute gem of a release, what advice do you have for parents out there wanting to give their children the best?
I would say definitely get involved, get them involved in the prep. My little one will chop mushrooms, you know, and she absolutely loves that. Talk to them. I know everybody works on a 9-to-5 job, and you feel that you want to spend time with them. At the same time, you have to cook, so get them involved, get them there. Talk about ingredients. Say why you're using one particular oil or one ingredient as opposed to the other. Get those questions and their conversations going, even at a young age, you know, and that way we definitely can enhance and ensure that they have the healthy nutritional start from the beginning all the way through, so that they can develop and just develop to the greatest potential.
Train them at a young age, Nadia. I think Luca's making dinner for everyone today.
And for
Yay.
goodness sake, don't let the things cross and mix
No.
together. Do you know how often I've had
No.
to eat mushy peas because they've touched the mash? Okay.
Exactly.
Absolutely brilliant. This sounds wonderful. I can see that your heart and soul are invested in this as
Thank
well.
you.
So thank you so much for doing that and bringing us the inside scoop. If you'd like to find out more on how to give your kids a healthy head start and get your hands on your free copy of the Be Well Cooking for Kids cookbook, then head over to bewellfoods.co.za today.
There is a massive range of recipes and cookbooks to suit all of occasions and preferences, all waiting at your fingertips. Get the kids involved, excited, and also enjoying delicious, healthy meals every day thanks to Be Well.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Well, we are about to have a lot of fun. Since we have the kids sorted, we think you deserve a morning Kickstarter coffee, but this time with a twist. They say that adventure in life is good, but consistency in coffee is even better. Now, I wholeheartedly agree with this, and this is why there's nothing better than the perfect cappuccino. And speaking of which, there's a certain presenter, Jamie Lee, who's claiming to be a coffee expert. So today we are putting those claims to the test with our very own blind coffee taste test challenge. So now how it's going to work is I'm going to invite Jamie and Graham to come and join me. There we go. Oh, look at them. All sassy, very, very sassy. And as you can see, I have 4 coffees in front of you, and there are 4 capsules in front of you. Now, I'm going to give you a brief description of the various Nespresso capsules that's available, and I'm going to ask you to identify which of these coffees is associated with which capsule. Are you ready?
I'm ready to drink all these coffees, I'll tell you that much. So
Okay.
I've got 2 sick kids at home, so I haven't slept, and I've already had about 9 cups of coffee. So I'm worried I've desensitized my coffee thing, the coffee meter in my head. But
And
now I'm ready,
Zoe,
I'm ready.
I feel very sad that I spoke to you in confidence. I did not say that I was the queen of cappuccino.
Too
I was
late
like,
now.
Oh, I love
It's too
cappuccino, Zoe. There's pressure.
Okay, so I've got a couple of descriptions to go through. You are welcome to start tasting, listen to what I'm explaining to you, and see if any of them hits a bell. The minute you think you know, just place the correct capsule in front of the coffee cup.
wow,
You got
okay.
it. Okay, so there is, for example, the Esperanzione Geneva Levanto, which has a balanced acidity, bitterness, and a caramel notes to it. Then there's also the Master Origin India, which has high bitterness and spicy notes. There's the Cape Town Evivo Lungo, which has a high intensity, spicy with woody notes. And of course, last but not least, in no particular order, the Cozy, which has high acidity, citric, flowery notes.
That's there then.
No, wait. No, wait. Ooh, okay.
Oh,
Okay,
Here we go.
it's a bit difficult.
it is difficult.
Very
Very
Not
difficult.
supposed to be easy.
It's starting to taste
The same.
Yeah, I know, that's the...
It's still great. I'm having
Yeah,
the
they're
best
all
time
lovely,
now.
yeah.
I feel like
This
I
is going to
should
give you the
spend more.
kick you need. Don't look at Graham's
I'm not. I'm
options.
just trying to get inspiration from this
I know,
beautiful man. right next to
I
me.
actually have no idea, so I'm going to go through them.
Do you want me to go through some of
Yes.
Yeah,
those
please do.
tones again? The Ispirazioni. I feel like I pronounce it differently
Every time, but it makes it sound romantic. It's lovely.
when I speak foreign to you. Okay, well, it is the Geneva.
Okay, I'm done.
Levanto. Graham, you've got 2 more capsules to put down.
I don't know, actually. I'm just... it feels like more of a randomy kind of a thing.
Okay, I'm having a look at the results. Jamie, you've got 1 out of 4 correct.
What?
Graham,
No, that's still...
you have 2 out of 4 correct. Can I tell you the correct order?
Please,
Yes.
please, please.
Okay, so the first one you had was, in fact, your India.
Oh, really?
There we
Okay,
go.
so that's what I got right. Cool.
There we go. Your second one was your Cozy.
Yeah, that's the one I got right.
There we go.
Yeah, it was the
Third.
acidity that gave it away for me there.
third is the one that I keep changing the name and pronunciations of. The
Expressione.
Genova Levanto, the Ispirazione.
That's the third different pronunciation you've given. Well done.
And then last but not least, of course, is from the Explorations range. It is the Cape Town.
Wait, then I got two.
Lungo.
No,
you swapped things around. You did that.
I'm sure
Oh,
you've
you
just
swapped
moved
things
things around.
around, girl.
Sure, I didn't. Can we just do that?
You do know that this gets recorded, hey?
We're going to
we
check
can
YouTube
go
right
back
now.
and
We
check.
can go back, but I'm pretty sure you only had one.
It's fine. I got coffee out of the deal. I'm happy.
Do you know what I liked about this? Because I never kind of do a comparison of. So to be able to taste how different the flavor notes are. And I think it's a bit bewildering because there's such a range. We've obviously been able to taste all of them. But I really like the kind of the subtle differences between.
And you really get a feel for it comparing them.
You know, I'm all
Do you
about
have
that
a
Cape Town.
favourite?
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because it's robust. It's got a lot of flavour. You know, like they say the Cape Townians are kind of coffee snobs, but there's a reason because we've got such a rich coffee
Definitely.
culture here. I really liked it. I find that the others a little bit too acidic for me.
Definitely.
This was kind of...
I was going to challenge you and say, you know, what I just hate what you said, but absolutely I agree. Cape Town I'm a Cape Town girl. This coffee just
They
suits
nailed
my
it.
taste
Yeah, they
perfectly.
nailed it.
Well, that's why it was called after Cape Town. They know what Cape Townians want and like. There
So
we go.
I'm the winner. Is
impressed.
what you were trying to say there. Is that
I'm very
I am
impressed.
the reigning coffee champion of the world.
Oh, well, I'm very impressed with your knowledge. Really, really well done, Graham. And you know what? Let us know on Facebook and Twitter if you perhaps have a fun and favorite coffee that you like. But you've also, you know, I need to say well done to each and every one of you. And if you at home have a favorite coffee that is yours, let us know on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages and include that hashtag Nespresso Expresso. There we go.
You want to cheers?
Yeah, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to me. Cheers to, oh.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, you can make my day.
working from home becomes, let's be honest, a reality for most of us, at least more of us, creating a happy home is most likely top of your wish list right now. And researchers all over the world have drawn parallels between a clean house and our mental well-being. It's true. And somebody who knows the reality of this is our next guest, content creator and Mzansi Queen of Clean, baby, Mpumi Ledwaba, whose secret superpower at home these days seems to be Cleanipedia, South Africa's first online cleaning hub. We're about to get the inside scoop on Mpumi's top cleaning and organizing tips for kids and family spaces in the home. This is going to be quite a self-indulgent one because I've got kids at home. I can clean for hours, and then 2 seconds later, boom. Mpumi, so good to have you join us again.
Thank you for having me, guys.
I take my hat off to you because you know what, when it comes to cleaning and then having little ones come and like make it a mess again, how do you manage to stay on top of it without losing your mind? Is there some kind of a system in place?
Literally a system. That's the only way, and to get everybody involved. So I've got areas in my house that are like no mess zones. So I've got my office that no mess, the kids know it, our bedrooms, and then the living room, I've had to settle down and allowed it to be a place where they can mess up, and then their bedroom. So I allow that, and then I bring them in when it's time to clean in as well.
You temper your expectations. I think that's the thing, is you've got to learn to just let it go.
Yeah.
Sometimes you've got to do it. Stubborn stains, that's one thing. You mentioned in a previous segment on that you got a white couch.
Yeah.
First mistake.
Don't ask.
Okay, we won't ask. We won't
You're
ask.
crazy.
a white couch, okay?
We know that Cleanipedia.com has got some amazing kind of tips, hacks, ways of approaching cleaning the house. What are some of the best things, little gems you've gleaned from that source?
So number one, bicarbonate of soda is your girl. So write that down. It's your girl for anything. So you just need to make a paste. Take a bit of bicarbonate. You don't have to measure. I mean, put in a bit of water, make a paste, mix it in, and then just rub it on your stain, leave it in, and then wash it off later. That's how I get stains from my kids' clothes, the couch, anything, bicarbonate. And I think even white vinegar. But I just know that in your house, you always have to have bicarbonate and white vinegar.
And you can buy that in bulk, and it's like so inexpensive.
And you can package it so nicely. You can make that whole Pinterest packaging thing, get a nice glass container, label it nicely.
Make it gram ready.
Exactly.
I've even learned that vinegar can be used as a fabric softener as well from Cleanipedia. Absolutely love that.
That is amazing. And I mean, I want to know from you, you did say you get the kids involved, and I think it's so important to really just get them into that cleaning and those good habits from such a young age. How are you introducing them to helping them to actively also play a role in their duties?
Sing along. So we've got a song. We've got a song. Clean up time, and she loves that. And then I do it with her. That's so important, that we don't just send our kids around and say, hey, pick that up, but we actually do it together and make it fun, so that when they think cleaning, they don't think, oh, she started again, but they think, yay, let's sing, let's dance, let's get the house cleaned up. So we've got cute baskets. I believe in cute little things. It makes everything so much better, and it makes you so much happier. So cute baskets, and then we clean up all our stuff, put it in there. Even our dustbins are cute little dustbins. We paint together. Just keep things cute, aesthetically pleasing, and then you don't think it's cleaning.
I love that.
Happy while you're doing it.
Too. Right? Every time I hate washing dishes, I have to buy beautiful little gloves, and it just makes washing dishes fun.
That way, I've tried the glove thing, but that's just not how it was raised.
Sorry, guys.
I feel like it doesn't come out.
The godmother of one of our kids, one of the most amazing women in my life, she bought us a dishwasher. I swear it was an early wedding present, and it saved our relationship. I'm telling you that much. It saved our relationship. So I've got a 1-year-old, and I think you can speak from experience. I've got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And if it's there, it's going in the mouth. So toys are as much something that gets licked and sucked and chewed on as it does gets played with. And I'm sure Cleanipedia have got some great tips on keeping the toys clean. What have you taken home from that?
100%. It's so necessary, and we have to do it as often as possible with the toys. So again, I think I showed you the last time how to make that spray. That sprays everything. Domestos, water, and you spray it on, leave it for a little bit just to take the germs out, and then you just rinse it with clean water. Or otherwise, you can also use white vinegar. That's why I said white vinegar and bicarbonate is your girl. Those things are your girl. So just use a spray, leave it to suck it in, and then you just rinse it. And that's it. It's easy.
I love how easy you're making everything sound. I really, really love that.
Because it shouldn't be difficult. We shouldn't make everything this massive task. We just have to keep it
So that you
cute.
dread doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I know kids come home with dirty clothes.
Yeah.
Tough stains to get out of their play
Dirty
clothes.
selves.
Them themselves. We can't drench them in bicarb, but what can we do with the clothes?
Bicarb. No, but also there's these new, I don't know, these Omo capsules. I don't know if you've seen them, but Omo's got the powder. You can actually just rub that powder on. Or the capsules. The capsules are really, really great. You'll see them on shelves. They're normally there with everything. And then you just soak that with hot water and you soak your stuff. If it's like a mud stain, try and get the mud stain to dry first, and then you just scrape it off,
Brush
and then
it
you
off.
just and then you just brush it off instead of just trying to clean the whole t-shirt at once, because then you just spread the mud all over the place. So just focus on that spot.
That's why we have you here, to just share all of this knowledge with us.
Yeah.
I want to take you home. I want to take you home with me. Save my life, man. Absolutely
Listen, I'll
love
just
it.
chill there and give you the tips and let you do the
Yeah,
work.
exactly. I know. Well, I'm going to go and pick up myself some bicarb on the way home. And Pumi, thank you so much. Some absolute gems there. And I can understand why you lean so heavily on Cleanipedia. Absolutely amazing resource. I've been kind of delving into it for some of my emotional cleaning, and they've got some unbelievable tips there. So here's a question. Does a room in your home desperately need that deep clean and declutter experience? Well, you stand a chance of winning one of 2 room transformations worth 30,000 rand. 30 grand plus weekly prize hampers as well.
That's right. And all you have to do is visit SA's online cleaning hub. That's cleanipedia.com/ZA and sign up to enter. Now, this could be your big chance to upgrade your space for you and your family to enjoy. And those T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. And you better hurry up because the competition closes on Monday, the 12th of April. Got it.
Sunny Bunny. Very good morning. Welcome back to the Hopful News Desk. Welcome to our daily Hopful News, where every bunny is welcome. And today, our Sunny Bunny, Jamie, is sharing her top 10 Easter treats. And we go to the headlines to see what those top 10 are. At number 1, we have the best Easter eggs ever. What's better than a chocolate Easter egg? Well, nothing really. A chocolate Easter egg filled with Chuckies, Happalicious, fruity gummies, fantastical multicolored eggs, or even Space Pops.
I got it.
That goes in the bag. Then coming in at number 2, the most fantastical little eggs. Every bunny loves these fantastical multicolored eggs. Too much fun, made responsibly with sourced cocoa as well.
That's going in right there.
Then we are all ears for number 3, the classic chocolate bunny. Every Easter hunt needs at least one colorful foiled chocolate bunny, as delicious as they are adorable. And no, I'm not talking about Sunny Bunny. Then we keep it local for number 4. Happylicious Dream Dance Dew Gums. These yummy flavored gums make taste buds very happy, and they're free from gelatin as well. Happylicious indeed. My personal favorites coming in at number 5. These white candy coated milk chocolate eggs are great for DIY painting with food coloring. Get the little bunnies involved. As I said, every bunny is welcome. Then, for number 6's Marshies. It just wouldn't be Easter without Marshies. They're coated in real chocolates and made with free-range eggs. Then at number 7, this morning we are saying you gotta bunnyfy yourself if you don't have big floppy ears of your own. Like our Sunny Bunny, these fun bunny headbands are locally made. Just saying. And oh, so gorgeous. Then did someone say unicorn? Yes, we are having unicorns for Easter. Yep, it was me. Don't forget to add a little magic to your day with fantastical unicorn candy-coated mallow eggs. Coming in at number 8,
And then if you feel like a bit of a laugh, how about a bit of a chuckle? 3 chuckling bunnies. If you can't pick between the Chuckles Raisin Bunny, Chuckles Peanut Bunny, or Chuckles Shortcake Bunny, get them all and just share. That's what Easter is all about. And at number 10, let's get interactive. Fantastical chocolate brownie mix. Make your own chocolate brownies with fantastical multicolored eggs in locally produced ceramic dish. It's beautiful, it's creative, and it's also sunny like our sunny bunny. With Easter, you have your Woolies Easter sorted. And that's a full, okay, I did say Easter's all about sharing. Come on, Sunny Bunny. And that brings to a close your edition of the Hopeful News.
Shop extra cuteness at Woolies this Easter, where you can find every bunny's favorite treats.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked on this beautiful Wednesday morning. Let's get honest here. Let's get real. School is hard.
It is.
It's especially now. It's really tough, and we all know that. But throw a pandemic into the mix that has now lasted for a full year, and it's even more difficult. It becomes, I think, for many, a massive mountain to climb. So we know this time has been tough, and that's why Nedbank wants you to nominate a student who has done the most over this last year, and then reward both of you with a 250 Rand Avo voucher. So before the entries close tonight, we thought we'd share some of the truly wonderful entries that have come in so far. So thank you so much for those.
I'm going to kick it off with one that came through from Jerusha Rampersat that says, I nominate my 7-year-old. When I told her to stay home last year, she refused and said she wants to go to grade 2 this year and not repeat the grade. However, she learned everything about the virus and made sure she did everything right to be safe. I'm so proud of her. That is beautiful.
How much strain it's put on the little ones, man. But the little grown-ups absolutely love that. This next message also hit me right in the feels, coming through from Mkolisi Mtezo. Says, I nominate my very own girlfriend, Sipasihle Maseti. As hectic as it was these past 3 years, she's doing her 4th year now, getting up at 4 a.m. to make sure she gets to the bus by 5:30 because she didn't get into res. But Sis has been passing very well, most of all with distinctions. She's gotten messages that there's no funding this year, like so many students, but she has never lost hope and kept looking for funding. All the best, my love. I am so very proud of you. What a cool message.
What a
guy, man.
Message. Yes, and I'm loving each and every of these entries. We've also got one that came through from Mbali Mazibuko that says, I would like to nominate my daughter, Msizi Faith Mazibuko. She saw that the lockdown was hitting hard at home and she started tutoring kids around our block in English and Afrikaans. I must say, say she's doing a stellar job because the kids she is tutoring are now top of their classes. I just got goosebumps.
I mean, each one coming from a completely different angle as well, just highlights the fact that during the times that we've experienced over the last year, we get to see the best of humanity. It can bring out the best in us, whether it's your own personal challenge or how you choose to do something in the service of others. Each one of those messages I would have given a voucher to, and unfortunately there can only be a handful of winners, and we want as many of you to enter as possible because we need to reward these amazing students. So if you know a student who has done the most over the last year and deserves a shout out, then head over to the Expresso Facebook or our Twitter page and share your nomination with us using that hashtag. Here's to you, Mzansi. And if you're selected as the winner, you and the student that you have nominated will both be gifted with a well-deserved 250 Rand Avo voucher, courtesy of Nedbank. And those entries close at midnight tonight, so get on it, but you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com.
Well, good luck to all of you. We love hearing your stories, but we also love connecting with you on our social media platforms. And this morning we asked you, what was your favorite high school memory? And of course, you guys came through with all of the answers, so let's take a look at them. We'll start with Naledi Charles, who said, the best memory is the time my teacher gave me chocolate because I got 90% for mathematics. A great way to reward someone for getting 90%. And giving us the peace sign and their love faces and everything. Denver Telling says, my favorite high school memory is when I wrote a poem in grade 10 for a competition and won. Great memories. Well, Denver, if you still have that poem, please send it to us. Maybe we could read it on the show. Who knows? It was World Poetry Day the other day, so it would be amazing to share. Azaria Eden said, my favorite high school memory is participating in athletics every year. That time it was still Champ of Champions. That was awesome. Yes, the vibe, the spirit. Love to hear it. And then we have another one from Tabi Ngobeni saying, my biggest memory is that I used to steal pen and pencils and act very innocent with laughing faces. I mean, I love that. I love that we got to get away with it and got to be innocent back in the days. I have to agree, I love all of the memories. I remember sports days. I was at Steamberg High School, so we were all about the sports and just screaming that tomorrow is a holiday, when in fact it was not a holiday. But do let us know, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. We still love connecting with you. But you know what we also like to do is let you know what is happening in and around the world with those news headlines. Here is G.
Thanks so much, Jamie. Let's start here in the country where, despite the continued slump in the country's economy, there were, in fact, far fewer individuals and companies who could no longer meet their financial obligations to lenders by January as compared to 2020. Stats SA released the liquidation and insolvency data yesterday afternoon, and it showed that seasonally adjusted insolvencies had decreased by 40.2% year on year. The data on liquidations and insolvencies is meant to measure economic performance and the rate of unpaid debts in the country. The information for the statistics was collected from the notices of the Master of the High Court. Staying in South Africa, Higher Education Minister Blade Nzimande has appealed to students to end their national shutdown over registration at universities as the academic year is already short. Also, the country is facing a possible third wave of COVID-19 infections, which may cause further delays in the academic year. Nzimande was addressing Parliament's Higher Education and Training Portfolio Committee. He expressed concern that the protests had become a regular feature each beginning of the year. On the international front, the World Health Organization, the WHO, yesterday lashed out at wealthy nations now vaccinating younger people at low risk of developing COVID-19 disease, saying they were costing vulnerable people's lives in low-income countries. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said it was shocking how little had been done to avert an entirely predictable catastrophic moral failure to ensure the equitable distribution of vaccines worldwide. He said the gap was, and we quote, becoming more grotesque every single day. Some countries are racing to vaccinate their entire populations while other countries have nothing, he said. Then on the continent, flags flew at half-mast yesterday as Niger declared 3 days of national mourning to honor the 137 people who were killed in a series of coordinated attacks on villages in the southeast, or southwest rather, the bloodiest carnage the country has witnessed in years. Musa Faki Mahamat, chair of the African Union Commission, expressed outrage at the resurgence of assaults on civilians in the country and reiterated the urgent need to strengthen the campaign against terrorism in the Sahel region
to preserve human lives. And now some news from the world of entertainment. Modern African music is altering perceptions of the continent as part of a global cultural shift that marks a big moment. Nigerian music artist Burna Boy said after hailing his first Grammy Award. Burna Boy was awarded a Grammy for the Best Global Music Album earlier this month for Twice as Tall. He is part of a generation of Nigerian music artists, which include names like Wizkid and Davido, that has enjoyed global success in recent years as proponents of the Afrobeat sound. The African genre is now almost as likely to be heard in London or Los Angeles as it is in Lagos, Nigeria. And he said it was a big moment and a big time for African music and Africans in general, and that his win showed that African music was attracting worldwide respect. Burna Boy also reflected on his success, tongue-in-cheek, saying, "You can't mention the top 5 musicians in the world without throwing me or an African in there. We're now eye to eye with the people we used to look up to." That celebratory note is where we leave our headlines, our news headlines for this hour. Let's get back into the sport. Now, ending a couple of months of speculation, South African rugby and the British and Irish Lions yesterday confirmed that the Lions tour of South Africa will go ahead as scheduled. Following a succession of meetings and a thorough review of information, the Lions board confirmed that they will be sticking with the initial plan of matches being hosted by South Africa during July and August. The original schedule, however, which includes 5 warm-up matches against provincial teams, an invitational side and the South African A side before 3 test series, could be changed. That was according to Mark Alexander, the South African rugby president. Now, netball back in firm focus. African netball will return tomorrow in the form of the Spa Challenge Tri-Nations, taking place in Cape Town. South Africa's Proteas, Namibia's Marine Desert Jewels, Uganda's She Cranes, the President's 12 and the Baby Proteas will all feature in the 16-match series. South Africa will take on Namibia, their old foes, in the opening fixture at 10 a.m. tomorrow. The news in the world of football: Tottenham Hotspur forward Gareth Bale has made it known that he intends to return to Real Madrid next season. That's after his loan at Spurs ends. The 31-year-old Wales captain still has a year left on his Real Madrid contract and will be returning to Spain next season. Bale said the main reason for coming to Spurs this season was to play football and become match fit for the Euros. And that's where we leave our sporting headlines for this hour. Let's get back into the weather.
Thank you, Graham. And we kick off your 7 a.m. weather update with some more sunrise images received from our lovely viewers. Nolene Manick from La Mercy Beach shared this stunning photo showing off these breathtaking colors scattered across the sky over the ocean. And then Vincent Lutuli from Umgababa, KZN, also shared this beautiful view from his area of the country. Thank you to all for taking the time to share your images with us. It works really simply. All you have to do is head on over to the Expresso Facebook page to share your photo and location with us. And we appreciate all of our viewers, including our growing international audience who tune in via YouTube and the Africa channel. So if you're based in Tulsa, Oklahoma, this weather update is just for you. Tulsa is situated on the Arkansas River between the Osage Hills and the foothills of the Ozark Mountains in northeast Oklahoma, a region of the state known as Green Country. Today we'll have a maximum of 17 degrees Celsius with times of clouds and sunshine and a passing shower this afternoon. And then also we're going to head down under where parts of eastern Australia, hit hardest by the worst floods in decades, have finally experienced blue skies, but flood evacuation warnings are still being issued. Certain areas in New South Wales have received at least 1 meter of rain, flooding hundreds of homes and severing roads. Now, despite the rain subsiding, water levels have not yet peaked in many areas, and the Bureau of Meteorology says. Now, debris is visible in rivers, and the Maritime Agency has put out warning urging people to cease all non-essential boating activities while fast-moving and potentially deadly debris flows through the large areas of the river system and waterways. The New South Wales government said the situation was catastrophic in its dimensions. Emergency emergency crews have conducted at least 700 rescues. Some 9,000 insurance claims have already been lodged, and more than 2,500 people have applied for financial assistance. Mopping up operations will start once the hazardous conditions have eased. We certainly think of all of those in Australia. Let's quickly look at your temperatures here in South Africa. In Polokwane, a low of 14 with a high of 23 can be expected. Cloudy conditions in Mbombela, 18, reaching a high of 25. Pretoria, thunder showers with a high of 20. Johannesburg, thunder showers with a high of 17 for today. Mahikeng, 14, 21. Klerksdorp, 14, reaching a high of 21. Thunder showers can be expected in Kimberley, 14, reaching a high of 20. If you're in Bloemfontein, 12 is your low, 18 is your high, with rain to be expected. Richards Bay, 19, reaching a high of 26. Pietermaritzburg, 14, 23. Cloudy conditions in Durban today, 20 with a high of 26. If you're in Mthatha, 14 is your low, 24 your high. Rain can be expected in East London today with a high of 24. Cradock, 14, 27, partly cloudy conditions in Gqeberha with a high of 24. George, 15, reaching a high of 24. Cape Town, 17, with a high of 28. Partly cloudy in Worcester today, 14, reaching a high of 32. Sutherland, 9, with a high of 24. And rain can be expected in Upington today, a low of 15 with a high of 26 degrees Celsius. That's where we leave your weather for now. A final update coming your way at 8 o'clock.
Thanks so much, Zoe. It's going to be a beautiful day because the sun is shining in our studio this morning. Born and bred in the mother city, and she's proud of that. Cape Town's very own Rolene grew up in a home where vinyls and CDs were found in every room. And you can tell from R&B to pop to gospel music. Her musical journey started with singing in the school choir, in fact, which has now led to her becoming a very well-loved and unbelievably successful South African artist after taking the industry by storm in 2015. She's awesome, and we love her.
She is so awesome. And of course, Rolene released her 11/11 album and will be headlining the Raw Presents the Rolene Experience this weekend. And she's joining us in studio to tell us more, along with event organizer, director, and stage coordinator Chad Carstens. A very warm welcome to both of you.
Thank you, guys.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
It's
You're so pretty. I have to say that on air. You're so pretty.
She's so pretty. You are so gorgeous, and you are beautiful, Chad.
I'm here to look pretty, man.
You are beautiful this morning, man.
Yeah, just
Guys, it really does make me so happy to see you here because you're doing things. In a year where it's been very difficult to do things, you have been doing the most and still achieving the traditional success where you need to be as an artist with your albums, doing well, getting radio play, smashing it. 11/11 has done incredibly well. How difficult has this last year been for you as an artist?
I feel like as an artist, I express myself with music, and with this whole pandemic and everything, I got to write about a lot of things and just sing about it. And I feel like that's how I got through it. And with that, I finished an album, and now the album's done, and I'm like, I need to perform this to people.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I just want to be able to bare my soul, because I feel like a lot of us have been in the same boat, and we just didn't know how to express it because we all kind of absorb things differently. Yeah. So with my music, I feel like it touches people differently, and you can really just take it the way you want to, but it's expressive and it's emotional, and I like that.
And we've had boy, have we had time to reflect on the last year.
Let's talk about the album 11/11. That name, the title for the album. What is the significance behind it?
So I'm really about numbers, and with this album, because of the whole pandemic, I felt like the only thing that kept me sane and kept me happy, and I didn't feel like it was that hectic, was making music. And I had to realize that so late afterwards. I was like, whoa, I finished 2 projects in such a short space by just making music aimlessly. And with that, I felt like perfect alignment, and music is that purpose for me, and that is what 11/11 means. Like,
That
it's just
perfect
finding
balance,
your perfect
yeah.
balance, and that was finding the perfect balance in chaos.
When you say making music aimlessly, you're just writing songs there,
Like,
writing
yeah,
songs
going on the
there.
phrase, like, ooh,
Sweet,
yes,
yeah, boom,
vibes,
got that
vibes,
down.
vibes.
Record this, record that. But it has been, every artist we've spoken to has said this has been the most creative time of their lives because they've been forced to go and write and write and write.
Yes.
Which is great, but you do need to perform. Chad, step in, okay? Create a platform. And I know you've been doing this for a while. You've not only given well-established artists an opportunity to connect with their fans, but also given a platform to a lot of young artists. Talk us through what you guys do at Raw Presents. Obviously, this weekend from the 26th to the 28th of March, we've got the Rolene Experience, but talk us through the platform.
Yeah, so basically Raw is a non-profit organization, right? And we basically... We have a platform, right, where up-and-coming artists, we take up-and-coming artists, we take semi-established and also established artists, and we put them together on one platform, right? The reason for that is basically to provide them with a platform where they can try new material, you know, and better their stage presence, right? And also just to spread the message of love, you know, through art. And yeah, man, we've been doing it for a long time, 5 years now. We've thrown over 100 shows.
Sure.
And we haven't done this for a while. It's over a year now, obviously because of COVID. And then, obviously just to give context for the show, Rolene sent one of the founders of Raw, Chad Isaacs, she sent him a message basically saying like, let's throw a show and stuff. And then he sent it to me and I was like, cool, let's do this. And then, yeah.
That's literally exactly how it happened.
Exactly how it happened. I was like, yo, let's do this. Aye, cool.
Sweet.
Let's do it.
That's Cape Town. That's Cape Town. Like, hey, listen, we're doing a show. Okay, this is happening.
Exactly, man. It's all for the love of art, basically. And yeah, man, we've had a lot of meetings and virtual meetings as well, because Rolene was up in Joburg as well. So we have this show coming up the weekend, basically, and just to provide context for that as well, it's basically three nights, right? 3 days and 4 shows, 30 acts, right? So it's the best from Cape Town, South Africa, right? And yeah, I'm excited for that, man.
I'm excited for people you're collaborating with because it's some big names coming through. Tell us about the artists that you're collaborating with for that Raw Rolene experience.
I don't even want to mention the bigger names because...
Drop it, girl. Drop it.
I'm excited for like Cape Town as a whole because I haven't performed here with people that I've really cultivated and were the fundamentals of so many of the facets of my career.
Your people,
so
yeah.
now it's my people, Craig Lucas. Oh my gosh, we started singing together in high school and now we're finally performing together again. So that's super exciting for me. Obviously Nasty C, Talaman, Gemini Major, yeah. Who else? There's Andrea Fortune, Paxton. Oh, there's so many.
I'm just thinking what it means, and you're right, you've got kind of a scale of artists in their various kind of, stages of their trajectory, but what it means to share on that kind of platform, to work on their stagecraft, absolutely awesome.
And they're only doing original content.
Yeah.
Only original content, and that's the most exciting part for me because we get to see people be at themselves on stage.
To be Raw, basically, yeah.
Exactly.
And just to touch on some of the supporting acts as well, we have, the good thing about what we're doing is we have a big variety, you know, in Cape Town, South Africa, and some of the supporting acts, you'll have basically the South African beatbox champion, Smoke is going to be performing. We have...
Lindy Johnson.
Yeah, we have the Pedestrians lead singer Keanu Hawker, Danny Bagel, Kerwin, Yasin Barnes, Lunga Chuka, they're going to be the hosts, so it's really
Every time
exciting.
you mention the lineup, I'm like, oh my gosh.
I'm getting
Oh, man. And yeah, I'm going to phone you and say, dude, we need to do something. And you're going to be like, yeah, we're going to do something. That's how you do it. That is absolutely awesome, man. Well, we have got 3 amazing performances judging just by the sound check this morning from this unbelievably talented songstress. Rolene is here, and she is here for you. And if you want to see her live, then, of course, make your way to quicket.co.za. Book your tickets now for the Rolene Experience taking place this weekend, 26th to the 28th of March at 44 Long Street in Cape Town. It's an unbelievable venue in itself. Tickets are costing just $200 for the live show and 80 Rand for the virtual show, which is going to be a treat, guys. Well done.
Thank you for having us, man.
Oh, you can make my day.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We are talking movies with JP Sebastian. He's arrived at studio with some really cool trailers, and you do not want to miss out on some of these movie trailers that's just been released. Let's focus on the first one, which blew my mind, all in black and white. It's called Gunda.
Now, I'm curious, with your daughter, Sailor, Kat.
Her name is Navy.
Oh,
Sailor passed away. That's
I'm so
very
sorry,
dark.
my memory. I'm so sorry, it's early in the morning. Navy Cat is the daughter. What characteristic, what aspect of her personality just blows your mind to go, that's a thing, that's a whole person inside there?
Oh, she is the sweetest, most caring, kindest little kitty cat. She can feel when I have anxiety. She just comes and purrs on me. She really is the sweetest little thing.
And so one of the things that this movie is trying to portray is that these sweet little things have their own designs and their own ways of trying to, you know, figure out their day-to-day life, just as much as we do. So Gunda is a female sow. She has piglets, and the piglets are just starting to explore the world. She's very protective of them. This is a documentary, by the way. It isn't Babe the Pig. No one's putting peanut butter in the thing's mouth and trying to make it talk. In fact, there's no talking at all. Although it's fair to say that there is language as far as the director is concerned. As well as the pig, you've got 2 cows who are also quite adventurous, and a one-legged chicken who apparently steals the show.
Okay.
So the movie is made by a guy who is an ecology activist and an activist for animals' rights. And I suppose in the past there have been a couple of documentaries where people, like I remember in university, people watching Planet of the Humans, I think it was called, and it like turned everyone vegan and everyone was like, I'm never doing meat again. This is more of a gentle touch kind of thing rather than watching the abattoirs or anything like that. Just animals trying to live out their whole full lives in free-range farming. So not necessarily like
There's the chicken.
There you go, the dude who's like captain on the ranch apparently. And yeah, probably couldn't be too much of a captain with that kicking leg. Nevertheless, Gunda is apparently this really profound meditation. I've not seen it myself. Obviously, this is just the trailer that we've seen. South Africa doesn't have a date for it just yet, but people are saying it's not just cinema. It feels like first contact.
Sure.
It feels like looking into the eyes of a living thing that, like I said, has its own designs, has its own curiosities.
Own personality.
It's got pride as well, especially since it's a mother with piglets. So, yeah, apparently it's quite moving as an experience, and hopefully we get it in an SA pretty soon. I'm not too sure when we will, though. We'll find out soon enough.
And I love that they've stripped away all the sound. They're just keeping the animal sounds. Like you said, there's no dialogue. I love that it's in black and white. They, I mean, it doesn't even look like there's any people in this documentary.
No, none that I know of.
It
It was also bankrolled by Joaquin Phoenix, because he's pretty radical as far as animal activism goes. It's got a good little byline there from director Paul Thomas Anderson, who said pretty much everything you said about the fact that there's no sound, the fact that so environmental. Paul Thomas Anderson is one of the best living directors we have, and so if you have one of the best living directors we have, and critics also saying this is a masterpiece, you've got something special in your hands, and I can't wait to just immerse myself in it.
Same here, absolutely amazing. But like I said, JP's brought us some great trailers today. Now this is a local film called Gaia, so when I checked out the trailer, I didn't realize it was local until I heard the guy's accent. It's scary.
That's probably like sort of sad in a way. Like probably the reason you didn't think it's local is because I think a lot of our stereotypical idea of what local is it looks a bit crummier. Oh, it looks local and whatever. Every country feels that way about their own local movie. Maybe not America, but this one, as you saw, is like high gloss. It's beautiful. It's
also
scary.
like, I'm so used to South African movies, you know, it's comedy, it's funny, it's serious, it's drama, but never scary.
Yeah, the ATM machines are the rom-coms and stuff like that, but sometimes you just want to give people the right to do something that's artful as well. So this is by director Jaco Boer, and there's Monique Rockman you're looking at there, who is a park ranger. She goes into the Tsitsikamma forest, and she just seems to be doing like a regular survey. Whatever park rangers do, comes across these 2 guys who live pretty much like cavemen in a way. Not stupid, they're survivalists. They knit their own clothing out of the leather they find. Her, indeed. Don't worry, I cut out all the scary stuff, so you're watching a totally sanitized trailer here. I'm sure that it was just berry juice. And so she finds these 2 guys, and they live off the land, and they swear that there's a god in the forest. That the forest is occupied by Mother Gaia, Mother Nature, if you aren't into Greek mythology. And she is becoming vengeful and wants to take the planet back. This seems like headquarters. This seems like ground zero for where it's starting to happen. It looks like these fungal spores that fly around and attack the human beings and make them turn into things that look like they're from the horrifying video game. Anyway, the zombie video game.
Look at that.
Nevertheless.
Beautifully shot.
Important point. So it just made the rounds at South by Southwest in Texas, which is a big deal. It's a big festival where it won the award for cinematography. Won the Zeiss Cinematography Award at SXSW. So support local, and especially support local when it looks like a knocking out of the park on stuff like Gaia. You can imagine as well that like the sound design in something where, again, this looks like a very quiet movie, and the bad guy is the forest, bad guy inverted commas, because it's just another ecological activist movie where nature's trying to take back. It's got to be poop scary, as South Africans say.
Do we have a release date for this yet? Not yet.
Like, okay. I think it's too much of a tiny little morsel of a thing, but as it gets more daylight and as Expresso brings on the creators, which I'm sure we will, it will definitely get its own date in South Africa.
Oh, amazing. Well, JP Sebastian's not going anywhere. He's brought us 2 amazing movie trailers that's just released for our attention. And of course, he's got more coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Well, we did warn you, but be prepared for a treat, because multi-talented songstress Rolene has worked with artists such as Nasty C, Ricky Rick and Telman since hitting the South African music scene. And last year, she linked up with musician Manana to do a duet on the amazing track titled Sunday Morning. Of course, this track appeared on Manana's debut album, In the Beginning Was the End, and talks about heartbreak on a Sunday morning. But it is a Wednesday morning, and here she is with the song Sunday Morning. a Sunday morning, but even better, you're on a Wednesday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Rolene is not going anywhere. She's going to stick right with us here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, so don't go anywhere.
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast
Welcome back. Our Woolies Yummy Bunny Chef Clem is here to prove that your Easter lunch should not take all day to prepare. So why not try the easiest ever roast chicken plus some bacon-wrapped potatoes for the ultimate feast. It smells amazing. And don't forget then some tangy pickled fish crostinis for starters. All of those Easter boxes have been checked. Give yourself a break and try these delicious and I'm told ridiculously easy Easter treat feast ideas.
Yeah, because I don't want people to be like in the kitchen. Look, growing up, like any like big event, like Easter, Christmas, big birthdays, family were in the kitchen like all day.
They were separated, yeah, man.
And, like the separation, no. We're bringing people together.
Yes, we are, around a beautiful plate of food, man. Woolies are helping us out by taking care of a couple of the stages.
Yes.
But, I mean, you get a roast, then you get a roast, buddy. And this looks like quite a zhuzh.
It's
roast.
very
How are you zhuzhing? But let's start with our fish.
Okay.
Actually. Let's start with the traditional Easter treat of pickled fish done slightly differently.
Okay, so let's talk about bread.
Okay.
Like bread?
Yeah.
We love bread.
Let's talk about carbs, bro. The right kind of bread.
Bread is like, yeah, okay? Then you get brioche.
Ooh.
That's like there. So why is brioche so special? Because it's been enriched with eggs and butter and more butter. It is so delicious.
Rich and it's lovely and it's just...
Apparently the royal family only eat brioche. Done.
Okay.
Nothing, that's it.
Okay, that's all
do you want to feel royal?
That's all I needed to hear. Now I'm ready.
Brioche. It's so delicious. Okay, whether you're gonna make something sweet or savory like we're gonna do today, it's amazing. A bread and butter pudding using brioche will change your life.
Even like a toasted cheese, 3 cheeses, get out.
Make it 10 cheeses. Make it 10 cheeses.
That's ridiculous.
I got a question on social media, and I said, all questions welcome. Someone literally said, toast in a toaster. They burn toast in a toaster, and I was like, maybe check your setting on the toaster. And then they're like, okay, cool. And they're like, and they also burn toast in the pan. Why? So I'm like, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. Okay. The first thing you do when you're toasting bread in a pan is a little bit of butter. And here's where I think this is a simple one where I feel people go wrong.
What sort of heat are you going there? Medium?
Do you want to come? It's a big kitchen. Come help me. I'm going on a medium heat because this is actually too high. But before the butter burns, I add a little bit of oil.
Okay.
Okay. That's what stops the butter from burning.
Look at that.
Heat twists. There we go. And you know what? Because people, they avoid the crust.
Are you using the...
We're using the crust today.
Wow, I was going to question your authority.
As soon as you get the bread into the pan, start swirling it around.
Okay.
Okay. Pick up all that butter at the bottom. And what happens then is that excess butter that's around the pan is not going to burn because now it's in the bread.
It's there, okay.
So, let's have a look already.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Brioche toasts so...
This is the egg in it. It's going to cook very quickly.
It's the butter.
Okay.
I feel like that one needs a little more butter, so I'm going to do that there for you.
Don't hold back.
Imagine you get a piece of bread and that one section didn't get love and there's no butter.
Ah, shame.
No.
Oh, shame.
Give it some butter. Okay, shame. Shame. Okay, cool. Give it a good old swirly swirl.
Cool. Oh, look.
Love that.
Golden
Love
brown,
that.
beautiful,
okay.
lovely, amazing.
Then brioche done. So that's the trick. Do a nice medium heat.
Okay, you weren't kidding. Quick, simple, ridiculously easy. Dig it.
Simple. Keep an eye on your butter and your oil. And if your pan is smoking, when you add, it's too hot. It's going to burn your bread. It's going to be hot. If you see smoke, don't.
Okay.
Don't. If you see smoke, run.
Cool down, man.
Don't run.
Don't run.
Don't run. Just
turn it off. Turn it off.
Give it a second. All right, next. Pickled fish. I'm obsessed with pickled fish. I'm obsessed with pickled anything.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
No, you...
Anything. So, pickled eggs. New thing. Guys.
Pickled eggs?
Pickled eggs.
Get out.
Pickled eggs. It sounds bizarre. It's so delicious. We're going to try doing that for you guys. Okay,
we'll pickle an egg for Guy Fawkes. Okay.
For Easter. Why don't we pickle an egg for Easter? All right. Okay. Pickled fish. Pickled fish is so amazing because it's got the sweet and tangy.
Yeah, it's a mild curry.
Curry
so
sauce.
You've got like a balance of both. You've also got the battered kind of. So there is something kind of indulgent as well about it. I mean, everyone was talking about your pickled prawns the other day, which seemed to be an absolute hit.
It's such an amazing recipe.
Big thing.
Someone stopped me in public to be like,
hey, man.
Can you really pickle prawns? And I was like, yes, you can.
You can even pickle an egg.
And you should. Okay.
So this recipe is available. In fact, all of our recipes are available at woolworths.co.za. That's where you can find so much Easter inspiration.
Okay.
Ooh, and nice healthy chunks there as well, eh? They haven't gone...
No, they haven't.
Skimped on the...
I did skimp. I forgot to put some onion.
Please.
And I mean, what's pickled fish without the onions?
For sure.
It's just fish.
And you said fish. And you said, like, keep when you're making your own pickle, like, keep the onion big so you get the big onion pieces in that pickle because that's part of the pickle, yeah.
Part of the recipe that'll be there.
Beautiful. That looks spectacular, man.
Let's hit it with a little bit of... You can pickle your cabbage. A sweet pickle.
Ooh.
Do that. That goes on top there. Did you see my amazing little challenge I had yesterday in the last few minutes of my segment? I had to like plate all dish. It was amazing. So I did it very quickly.
Master chef.
It was amazing. Your accent's actually really amazing as well.
Thank you, man.
You do that so well. Okay, so what I did yesterday in my challenge, I chopped so quickly you didn't get to see how I got those tiny little matchsticks of radish.
So I've got little battens, eh?
Tiny little julienne. I've got these thin slices of radish. Okay. You can either slice it with a knife or on a mandolin.
Okay.
And then what I'll do is I'll stack them up. And then I'm gonna do it slowly now. All you're doing is slowly rocking the knife to get those little matchsticks.
Beautiful.
This is how you win competition. Just a little bit of garnish. And always remember to look what you're doing. Don't look at your presenter while you're chopping. No, I did it. I'm fine. Okay, this is beautiful.
Oh, my word, my nose.
You don't have to do this, but anytime you can spend a little extra few seconds doing something beautiful.
And that's going to add a lovely textural element as well, a bit of crunch. Okay, so we've got 2.5 minutes. Are we doing the chicken at the same time, or are we going to do that?
No. I've got this. I'm going to roast the chicken. I'm still going to spatchcock a turkey.
Again. I don't want to see you going...
I'm going to do a whole pork roast. I've got 2 minutes, and all I need. Have you ever had samphire? Samphire?
No.
Samphire. And I'm so happy that it's in Woolies.
What is it even?
Okay, what is it even? I'm going to let you taste it first, and then I'm going to tell you. Okay?
Oh, my word.
It tastes a little salty. It tastes a little briny. So normally what happens, when you finish a dish, you sprinkle a little bit of salt over the top. It's quite salty, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so that's the edge, that little seasoning thing.
But spekboomie, it's not quite as watery as spekboom. Not as... a bit more...
But it's delicious. You take that, you tempura that.
Ooh,
it's so delicious. Okay, eat your greens. All right, so this is our first dish done. It looks like a little Christmassy vibe, doesn't it?
Beautiful,
because it's got this little stalky coming out.
That's restaurant quality, man. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Cape Town restaurants going to be charging you 200 Rand.
200.
Just for this plate.
220.
220.
Yeah.
220. Okay, that's your canapé, that's your starter, that's done.
Woolworths.co.za, got it. Okay, 1.5 minutes to create the most spectacular roast you've ever seen.
30 seconds. So we're going with the easy-to-cook Tuscan roast chicken, right? And it's so beautiful, delicious, and juicy. What I love about it, it's foolproof. You can't go wrong.
Okay.
And you can come out looking like a pro.
When you say Tuscan, that's a pressure because it's like a culinary capital, eh?
Right,
is
exactly.
It's good food, man. That's what I'm thinking.
And the flavors are in there and it's done. done for you. All you
Do I have to eat
put in
this
the
whole
oven.
thing, or can I?
Oh, Grandpa put in a little plate on the side, man. We'll talk about your 5 a day later. Another one of your 5 potatoes, okay?
Potatoes,
Kind
okay.
of gonna go through with the Tuscany flavors on that one. Potatoes go in. All you're gonna do, this is so simple. I would just drizzle with an extra bit of salt and pepper.
Okay.
A bit later. Prosciutto goes in. Prosciutto is going to go nice and crispy and delicious.
For sure, okay.
And then the potatoes also render in a bit of that prosciutto fat with a little bit of sage.
Oh, and it's a naturally salty kind of cured meat anyway. It's
Done.
It's going to, the flavor's just going to smash you in the mouth, man.
Absolutely. And this is how easy you make Easter lunch. Wow. Tear that up. Don't let it be like even little pieces, little pieces, little straggly.
The whole sage going in there, because you're going to get the flavor notes, but then you're going to have the joy of the crispy sage to be able to chow that as well, man.
Absolutely. Done. How many seconds? I still have 2 minutes to talk. Just joking. I'm done. Thank you so
15
much.
seconds. Boom. And there it
Your
is.
Easter's done.
Oh, man, you've taken us around the world. So many different cultures, so many different vegetations being experienced in one dish. Absolutely amazing. And it literally took us 5 minutes to create these mouth-waterings, a starter and an amazing main course that's going to take you to Tuscany, baby. If you missed any of the steps, take a look at this. Wow, look at that. Crunch, crunch.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I just said we need like air guitars every time that little intro of JP Sebastian plays on your Feel Good Breakfast show. He's back with more movie trailers that has released, and we're going to start off with one called Wet Season.
And so we've got the Oscars coming up still, and this was Singapore's official selection of
Okay, well, we've got yummy food on the screen, but it's okay.
moist season.
There we go.
Scrumptious.
Wet season.
But I suppose just as fleshy and juicy. Wet Season was Singapore's official submission for Oscar consideration. Unfortunately, didn't make the cut for nomination, but you've got to know that if a country chose this one to be the representative, it's going to be good. No date for it in SA just yet, just before I get too excited. But it looks like if you love high drama, if you love like just, you know, anything that feels like a time bomb waiting to go off, obviously not like necessarily killing or action or anything like that, but people making like climactic emotional decisions. This woman, who is the lead, plays a teacher of Chinese in Singapore. She's Malaysian, so already you've got this dynamic of, well, she's an immigrant. She feels often like she's not taken seriously because Chinese isn't the most important lesson that they do at the school. You can see the students just sort of ignoring her, and one dude stays behind because he's a silly teenage boy who I think is developing a bit of an infatuation, a crush on the teacher, and one day she decides to take him home and finds
Well, she
out...
took him home because based on the trailer, I'm assuming she felt sorry for him because
That
it
indeed.
looked like he didn't have his parents around.
Yes.
Making it sound very devious.
No,
She took him home.
you're correct to check all the boxes. You got to know, like, what are men up to at all times? And so, yeah, she comes out of a maternity clinic where she's trying to check, is it time, is she, I think the term is
Ovulating?
sprouting follicles or something like that? I'm not a mom.
ovulation is fine.
Just ovulating. She's checking with the obstetrician, the gynae, thank you. So, and outside is this boy, mysteriously, and she finds out that on their drive home, his parents have sort of abandoned him. He also feels a bit alone. When she gets home, her husband seems to have no time for her. They've been trying for a baby for 8 years. At this point, it just seems like it's a business chore. It's not even romantic necessarily. I didn't realize it takes that long for people to try.
There are some people that struggle with infertility, and it's quite a journey.
Jeez. So maybe this movie will feel like a release for a lot of people who are experiencing that sort of difficulty. But looks really like emotional. It alludes to clearly that there's going to be some sort of friction between the desires of what the boy thought that he was in for and what the woman thought she was just being like this, almost a mother figure in lieu of wanting a child of her own. High drama.
Lots of drama indeed. Now let's move on to a movie called He Dreams of Giants. And this is a documentary.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I'm giggling. I'm not supposed to giggle, but...
Why? Who says you're not supposed to giggle on the Feel Good Breakfast Show?
I'm sorry. In terms of this movie, you
Someone
said
shouting
to
in
me,
German in our ear.
it took this man 30 years to try and make this movie.
He would laugh too. He's a total weirdo. Terry Gilliam is a total weirdo.
That's my age. It took him my entire life to make a movie.
And in between, he was like, stuff it, I'm going to put it on the shelf, and then tried 2 other movies that also failed. But he's a good director generally. Brazil is fantastic. If you love weird psychedelic movies, Brazil is what it's about. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that one that put Johnny Depp on the map as a more diverse actor. We played journalist Hunter S. Thompson, fantastically weird director.
So he does have some success behind his belt. I just felt sorry for him, working 30 years.
Monty Python, indeed, Graham calls out over there. He's the animator on the sketch show Monty Python, the weird little cutouts and montage and all that kind of stuff. But this one, he's been trying to make the adaptation of Miguel de Cervantes's Don Quixote book, which, funny enough, is a story about a dude trying to reapproach this mythical sort of ideal. This character in Don Quixote is a guy who's trying to reclaim the glory of knighthood and all this kind of stuff, but he's delusional. And so similarly, Terry Gilliam is almost delusional for trying to force through since 1989 this thing that just won't come to fruition. Some of the stuff that you're watching there is second day of shooting, a flash flood that just destroys all the equipment.
That's a sign from above.
And also changes the color of the hills in the background. So all the footage they shot the previous day are just gone because now there's inconsistency. Somehow the hills have magically changed colors. The first day they were next to a military base, F-16 fighter jets fly over and the sound guy starts throwing his, you heard all the beep noises.
So everything was just going wrong and he was just persistent in trying
at
to
times
do
felt
this
like giving
movie.
up. They tried 8 times, and this is a great thing. If I think, yeah, especially for young people, we think like every movie we show, it feels like, oh, everything's neatly packaged and neatly boxed, but you have to fail. There's just so much fail that you have to face. And Terry Gilliam's documentary, it's not him who directs it, but it's about him, and the travails he goes through should be some sort of enlightener, just to forgive yourself when you do, because if you try for 30 years and you still make it out, it was in 2018 that he did this with Adam Driver and Jonathan Pryce, who you saw there, then you probably have, I don't know, the elements on your side at least if you can make a movie. within 29 years. So check it out when it comes to
there
SA.
we
No
go.
differences yet.
JP Sebastian bringing us all of those movie trailers. Thank you so much. It's always great having you on the show. He'll be back again a little bit later in the week to show us the latest movies releasing on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to try not to blush as I envision our little on-screen snack. We all know that Ryle is the #1 snack on the show. Undoubtedly, when he isn't here giving us a full body workout without his top on, he is climbing a mountain, he's swimming in the ocean, or maybe just saving the day with this beautiful smile. I mean, look at it. Look at that guy. And finally, we have learned that there is a secret trick to our resident snack's energetic lifestyle. It is, in fact, that he snacks. He keeps a snack on him. He is, in fact, a snack with a snack. Take a look.
Oh, to think it's 9 a.m. and I've already worked up a sweat, but I wouldn't have it any other way. To start my day in a studio like this, it's full of high energy, it's positive, and it's everything that I need to tick my boxes. But the day's not just done yet, because I'm about to do my usual workout, and then I've got something epic in store for you. Let's go check it out. Look where we are. We're out here in Maiden's Cove. It's out in Camps Bay at the foot of one of my favorite and most iconic mountains. It's Table Mountain and the 12 Apostles, of course. And what better way to sneak a workout in and, of course, take a dip in my own private beach pool. I mean, honestly, nature is truly such an epic playground, and it's free. The heart rate is up, I'm feeling good, and now it's time for a dip. And although it's cold, it's the perfect way to get your circulation up, and of course, also recovery too. Woo! So people are always asking me, where do you get your energy from? But it's pretty easy when you're in a place like this. But on top of it, it's about what you put in, and it's fueling yourself for purpose. What an epic session out here in the wild. Of course, now there's one more thing that I've got to do, and it's something that's been on my bucket list for so long. It's zip lining in Hout Bay. But before we get to it, we've got to fuel up, of course. Let's hit it. Know the way to my heart, and that means filling up my bag with these awesome jungle energy bars. Now, I've got my favorites here. It's the yogurt and the cranberry and cashew flavors, which I just absolutely love, especially being a man of the outdoors. I'm in the mountain, I'm in the ocean, enjoying all of nature's beautiful playgrounds, so it's obviously important to fuel for that adventure too. Now, having these bars in my bag means that I'm never going to compromise on my food choices when I'm out on the road, when I'm busy, and I'm needing to fuel up. And on top of it, they're absolutely delicious too. I'm feeling absolutely pumped and loaded with energy. It's time to hit those zip lines. Go boy, yes! Woo! I'm so excited for this. SA Forest Adventures in Cape Town ziplining has been on my bucket list for so long, man. And what an epic view at the same time. So we have this beautiful environment here. You'll be doing like 7 zip lines with the longest one, which is 500 meters long. So are you ready for this? Ooh, I can't wait, brother. Let's see it. Front. So, it's time to fly. Let's zip line. Woo! Yep. Woo! Yay! Woo! Yes, man! This is epic, bruh. What an absolutely incredible adventure, and I would highly recommend this to everybody. Why not get outside, get moving, and enjoy your meal with a view? Yep, this is living. Yo, Zuma, we got time for another round. All right.
So here's the thing I'm trying.
Why did he end with his top on there? I thought the final shot would have to at least be.
I just want to go back to the fact that you said we're watching a snack, eating a
My
snack.
little snack, man. He is
He
my
is a snack, thank
man.
you.
He
Thank you
is
so
a
much for
snack.
that.
Raul, we love you, man. We love your smile. We love your body. And we love to see how you keep yourself in shape, man. Hopefully that's inspired you to go and just show some snack appreciation today. We'll be back in just a moment.
What's up? Hey.
Jungle Energy Bars with the goodness of jungle oats for when you're on the go. Now available in 2 delicious new flavors.
Europe's leader in DIY retail, Leroy Merlin, opened their latest store in Fourways, Johannesburg on the 26th of March, putting the widest selection of construction, hardware, kitchen, bathroom, home decor and garden products just up the road from you. Joburg's 4th Leroy Merlin store opens on the corner of Fourways Boulevard and Rue Street, right opposite Fourways Mall, Friday the 26th of March.
Welcome back, everybody. All you snacks out there, you are still keeping it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're about to talk about solids right now, and I know this. Introducing solid foods is one of the most exciting but also overwhelming milestones of your baby's first year. Think of all the tasters and just the textures that await your little one. There's a whole world of flavors to discover and explore, and starting solids is the first step. And Don Harold once said this. He said, babies are such a nice way to start people. So what better way to start than to start with the right foods? And we are welcoming back one of our favorite mommy chefs, Chef Teresa, to show us how to make a classic little one's favorite mini fruit jellies.
Hello.
Sounds yummy already. Hello. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you so much. Sure, the whole weaning process, I mean, it really is quite a journey. I mean, we've both been through it, and so this is a great way to help you along that path.
I feel like it was just yesterday when I started introducing Luca to solid foods.
Yeah.
The look on their face the first time you put something in, whether it be a fruit or just anything solid, and they're so fascinated with all the textures. But luckily, it becomes so easier with a range like this because it tells you when to start. It tells you 6 months up, and so now that we're incorporating real fruit in it, and that's what I see your recipe is all about, what are we going to be doing with it?
So we're going to be making a really delicious fruit jelly. We're going to put some berries in there. So again, you've got that texture for them, lots of flavor, lots of goodness, and very easy for mom and dad to prepare, most importantly. So can I ask you to start with our first step? We've got our agar, and you can use some gelatine as well. So if you put a splash of water into your dish, and then you mix your agar in there. I'm going to get that oven.
And then all of it?
Yes, all in.
Okay, okay. And what did you say? What was this?
Agar. So it's the vegetarian version. You can use gelatine as well. And you can add a little bit more water. And you let that stand for about 5 minutes, and it'll absorb the water and swell.
Okay.
So you can add a little bit more.
A little bit more.
And I'm going to heat up our juice over here.
And I did love this range with Luca because it was all about the convenience for me. You know, when we're having a busy day, you can't get to the fridge, you can't cook or can't do anything, especially at the stage when you start introducing solids to them. It's around 6 months.
Yeah.
So they're busy, they're starting to crawl, they're starting, you know, to wean the weaning process.
Yeah,
so this was just a lifesaver for me.
And especially when you're on the go. So what I've done here is I've put our Purity mixed berry juice in the pot, and I'm going to add the Purity pouch. So we are doubling down on the mixed berry flavor, but you can of course use any of the fruit varieties.
Yeah, and you get one for breakfast, you get one for a dessert.
Yes.
Of course, today we're going with dessert again.
Yes, I mean, there's so much choice, so many options for whatever they like or for what time of the day it is. I know I always used to keep one of these in my baby bag, and they were absolute lifesavers. If you get stuck in traffic or
pop it out,
you just grab it and you're all sorted.
There we go. I think
so I'm just
Ego.
So this, it smells so amazing. I mean, everyone loves berry, and the kids especially. I think for my kids, certainly, this was one of their favorite flavors. So I'm just heating this up. You don't need to bring it to the boil. You just want to warm it up because it's going to help to dissolve that agar.
And again, you can pop this, I'm sure you can pop this in the fridge, so if you do want to have it a later time for a snack, you can basically meal prep this as well.
Totally, yeah. I mean, it takes a couple of hours to set, but you can do it like the afternoon or night before, leave it in the fridge, and then the next day you've got
I can smell it.
Snacks.
It smells so good.
Amazing here.
It smells so refreshing.
So that's nicely warmed up. And then I'm going to add our agar, or you can add your gelatine if you're using that. And give it a good mix, just make sure that it's all dissolved.
What would be the difference if I did gelatine versus the agar? Would it?
Same kind of concept, it's just if you prefer a vegetarian option, you'll want to use this one, but gelatine is absolutely fine. And just follow the packet instructions, but it's the same process. You put it in water and then you melt it in your warm liquid. So we're going to do that, and then you're going to pour it into your mold. And I think very important here, you want your molds to be baby safe. So use silicone, like this cute little one, or use plastic. Try and avoid glass, because that's not so safe for them.
You can get quite creative with those molds, so you can put it in different shapes and then start introducing the shapes of them as well.
Exactly, and I think when they see color and, like you say, the different shapes, it's just fun for them. And when it's fun, then they're more inclined to eat it, which is what we want at the end of the day. So I'm going to pop some fresh berries as well. It will look really cute when it's unmolded.
I can't believe that smell is so potent. I wish you could smell it right now, but I'm sending the smell to you in your front room right now.
So just fill it up with the berries and then leave it in the fridge to set. So in about 3 to 4 hours it should be done. And you can either serve it in the mold or you can pop it out, add some extra berries on the side, and it's a beautiful little snack for your little one.
I will definitely keep it like that and then start scooping everything out. But of course, thank you so much to have you with us for this amazing recipe. If you want to get your hands on the ingredient list on the recipe, head on over to expressoshow.com for all of that. But right now it's time to head on over to those news headlines with Zoe.
Well, let's quickly take a final look at your headlines, starting with national news. Conservationists have again seriously warned Cape Town beachgoers to be aware of the toxic pufferfish washed up along the False Bay coastline. Head of Education at Afri Oceans, Terry Kaur, said many thousands of pufferfish had washed up on False Bay beaches, especially along the beach from Muizenberg to Strandfontein. Kaur has warned that the fish can be highly toxic and fatal to humans and dogs. It's understood that at least 2 dogs have died after coming into contact with the fish in Muizenberg and Fishhook. And staying with local news, despite the continued slump in the country's economy, there were far fewer individuals and companies who could no longer meet their financial obligations to lenders by January as compared to 2020. Stats SA released the liquidation and insolvency data yesterday afternoon. It showed that seasonally adjusted insolvencies had decreased by 40.2% year on year. The data on liquidations and insolvencies is meant to measure economic performance and the rate of unpaid debt in the country. The information for the statistics was collected from notices of the Master of High Court. We now move beyond our own borders, where Zimbabwe's entire tourist town population of Victoria Falls will be vaccinated against COVID-19 as means to reduce the spread of the virus in one of its most visited areas. The Zimbabwean government has released 70,000 Sinopharm doses to vaccinate the adult population between the ages of 18 and 65 in the tourist town. Deputy Minister of Health and Childcare, Dr. John Mangwiro, said Victoria Falls residents would receive 2 jabs so that when the tourist industry restarted, everyone would be safe. The Vic Falls at present is a spectacular sight due to heavy rainfall. And staying with news abroad, the World Health Organization, the WHO, yesterday lashed out at wealthy nations now vaccinating younger people at low risk of developing COVID-19 disease, saying they were costing vulnerable people's lives in low-income countries. WHO Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus said it was shocking how little had been done to avert an entirely predictable catastrophic moral failure to ensure the equitable distribution of vaccines worldwide. He said the gap, and I quote, becoming bigger every single day, and some countries are racing to vaccinate their entire population while other countries have nothing, he said. And next, some news of an amazing plea made in Taiwan regarding name changing. Now, a phenomenon in Taiwan dubbed the salmon chaos has seen citizens change their names so they can cash in on a free sushi promotion. A top Taiwanese official issued a plea yesterday for people to stop changing their names to salmon after hundreds made the unusual move to take advantage of a restaurant promotion. Mostly young people and university students flocked to government offices in recent days to officially register a change in their name. Under the promotion, Wei customers whose ID card contained the Chinese characters for salmon would be entitled to an all-you-can-eat sushi meal along with 5 friends. Taiwan allows people to officially change their names up to 3 times, but Taiwanese officials weren't amused. They said it was not only a waste of time, but caused unnecessary paperwork. Salmon-themed names reported in local media included Explosive Good-Looking Salmon, Salmon Prince, Meteor Salmon King, and Salmon Fried Rice. One resident decided to add a record 36 new characters to his name, most of them seafood-themed, including the characters for abalone, crab, lobster, and of course, salmon. Well, on that bizarre note, that's where we leave your morning headlines. Here's a final look at your sport.
Let's start with rugby this morning, and thankfully ending months of speculation. South African rugby and the British and Irish Lions yesterday confirmed that the Lions tour of South Africa will go ahead as scheduled. Following a succession of meetings and a thorough review of information, the Lions board confirmed that they will be sticking with the initial plan of matches being hosted by South Africa during July and August. The original schedule, however, which includes 5 warm-up matches against provincial teams, an invitational side and South Africa A before the 3-test series, could be changed, according to Mark Alexander, the South African rugby president. Then international netball back in the fold. African netball will return tomorrow in the form of the Spa Challenge Tri-Nations taking place in Cape Town. South Africa's Proteas, Namibia's Debmarine Desert Jewels, Uganda's She Cranes and the President's 12 and the Baby Proteas will feature in the 16-match series. South Africa will kick it off against Namibia in the opening fixture at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And then news in the footballing world. Tottenham Hotspur's forward Gareth Bale has made it known that he intends to return to Real Madrid next season after his loan at Spurs ends. The 31-year-old Wales captain still has a year left on his Real Madrid contract and will be returning to Spain next season. Bale said the main reason for coming back to Spurs this season was to play football and to become match fit for the Euros. That's where we leave our sport for this Wednesday morning. Let's take one last look at some of your beautiful sunrise pictures and our last take on the weather.
Thank you, Graham. And we are wrapping up your weather forecast for the day by recapping the beautiful sunrise images that we have received this morning. We're starting off by saying thank you to Fawaz Ardendorf's beautiful view of Simonstown in the Western Cape. We then hop over to East London with Gary Orcombe's stunningly bright sunrise photo. Nolene Manique from La Mercy Beach shared this stunning photo showing off these breathtaking colors scattered across the sky, and that's over the ocean. And Vincent Lutuli from Umgababa in KZN also shared this beautiful view from his area of the country. Thank you to all of you for taking the time to share your beautiful images with us. And it really is very simple. All you have to do is head on over to the Expresso Facebook page to share your photo and location with us. And we also appreciate our viewers, including our growing international audience who tune in via YouTube and the Africa channel. So if you're based in the Santa Barbara area in California, this one is for you. Situated on a south-facing section of coastline, the longest such section of the west coast of the United States, the city lies deeply between the rising Santa Ynez Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. Today will be filled with sunshine, reaching a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius. Just some quick environmental news from the Garden Province is that the KwaZulu-Natal Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs has instructed the Ugu District Municipality on the populous South Coast to urgently intervene where sewage waste was washed onto the Uvongu River and from there landed in the sea at Uvongu Beach. Several complaints were received from the public. MEC Ravi Pillay visited the area and inspected 2 sewage pumping stations where the spill occurred. The department's spokesperson, Becky Mwandwa, said the matter was receiving urgent attention. A few weeks ago, the Ugu District Municipality temporarily had to close the popular Margate and Lagoon beaches after a sewage spill. The municipality said there had been a faulty pump at one of its wastewater treatment works, which led to sewage landing on the beaches. Well, on that note, let's quickly take a final look at your temperatures. If you're in Polokwane, a partly cloudy day is expected with a low of 14, a high of 23. Mbombela 18, 25. Thunder showers in Pretoria today with a high of 20. Johannesburg 13, reaching a high of 17. If you're in Mahikeng, 14 is your low, 21 your high. Klerksdorp 14, reaching a high of 21. Thunder showers in Kimberley today, reaching a high of 20. Rain can be expected in Bloemfontein with a high of 18. Richards Bay 19, 26. Pietermaritzburg cloudy with a high of 23. Durban 20 with a high of 26. Mthatha 14 and cloudy with a high of 24 for today. A 55% chance of rain in East London with a high of 24. Partly cloudy conditions in Cradock 14, reaching a high of 27. Gqeberha 18, reaching a high of 24. George 15. 15, reaching a high of 24. Partly cloudy in Cape Town today with a high of 28. Worcester 14, 32. Sutherland 9, reaching a high of 24. And Uppington expect a 72% chance of rain with a low of 15 and a high of 26 degrees Celsius. That's where we leave your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. If you have a beautiful sunrise photo you'd love to share with us, you can do so on the Expresso Facebook page.
Well, be ready to be hypnotized right now because singer and songwriter Rolene is standing by to perform the song Hypnotize from her highly successful 2020 album 1111. Now, while creating this album, the songstress distanced herself from what was mainstream and focused on creating music that embodied her own life and struggles. We are so grateful to get a glimpse into Rolene's incredible career and life throughout her latest music. So, Mama, hypnotize us. That was raw, that was real. And if you want to get your hands on the tickets for her show happening this weekend right here in Cape Town, head on over to cricket.co.za. Tickets are 200 Rand and 80 Rand for that virtual show. But she is not going anywhere. She's still going to be staying here for a performance, but also a quick music match with us. Who's it going to be? Rolene, Jamie, let us know. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. We'll see you after this.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and you're just in time for another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting, ting, ting!
And we are joined by one of our favorite chefs, Chef Clem Pedro. And if you have a question or, you know, things go wrong in the kitchen and you need some help, why don't you give us a call? That number is open. It's 021-110-5552. We also are taking questions on Facebook. And you know what? This week we are also very pleased to have another Expresso viewer in the kitchen joining us for the culinary conundrums that Chef Clem is going to unpack. Please come and give a warm welcome to Auntie Jocelyn from Milnerton, who's joining us today. Hi, Auntie Jocelyn.
Good morning, Zoe. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy you're part of the culinary hotline. Now, you can't be in the kitchen without an Expresso apron. So I'm going to hand this to you, and you can obviously take this home with you.
Thank you.
And have a little piece of the show with you. So you can wear it with us right now. Chef Clem is wearing his. There we go.
Nice, nice.
Oh, it looks nice. Now, Auntie Jocelyn, are you someone that cooks a lot?
Yes, I do. I love cooking, yes.
Do you like the advice Chef Clem gives?
Yes, of course. That's why I'm here.
Thank you.
Do you have a culinary conundrum?
I do.
Okay. Let's put it to the test. Let's see if Chef Clem can sort it out.
Okay.
So can you run us through your question? Because I really like this question.
My question is, Chef, whenever I do homemade ginger beer, hey, it seems to be very weak when it's being tasted by my family and friends.
Okay.
What am I doing wrong?
Oh.
Okay, let's just do this together. Ginger beer became very popular when COVID started.
Yes.
It was popular before then,
Yes,
even.
but
I
even
grew
more
up
so.
with ginger beer.
Exactly. But the thing is, so many people started making their own ginger beer. So like trial and error, I learned how to like perfectly get it right. And this one's amazing. I like ginger beer that like when you drink it, it's gotta make you like.
It needs to burn your throat.
If it doesn't burn, I don't want it. No. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do it. Super, super simple. I actually keep the skins on the ginger when I make ginger beer.
Okay.
Do you do that, Auntie Jocelyn?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I take it off.
You take it off.
You don't, because you're not going to be eating the ginger.
Okay.
It's perfectly fine. And it actually helps you slice it a little easier, I think. So I'm going to ask you, we can share this board. I'm going to ask you if you can help me chop some ginger. Sure. And we'll talk about kind of the fundamentals of making pineapple beer, ginger beer. And it's very simple. It is sugar going into our pot.
Yes.
And you can use brown sugar, white sugar, it doesn't matter. As long as you're giving the yeast something to eat. And that's where the fermentation starts. And that's where the magic happens, where it starts, the yeast eats the sugar and gives off carbon dioxide. I'm sounding like a professor right now.
Yes.
But
Science is important, kids.
Science is very important. Gives the carbon dioxide and that you get that bubble from.
Yes.
And that's got to be there as well. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the ginger. You got the ginger there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna heat up the sugar and the water so long.
How thinly must Auntie Jocelyn slice it? Ginger?
Another thing, so I actually prefer using a blender and I just blitz it all up, but then I realized that not a lot of people have a blender at home. So the trick is to chop it as fine as you can.
Okay.
So that way it gives off more of the flavor. It's similar to like when we add garlic to food, the finer you chop the garlic, the more flavor it's going to impart into the food.
Right.
That's the trick with the ginger. Yes. Okay, so Zoe, have you ever made ginger beer?
No, this is the first time. I love drinking it. Growing up as a kid, we used to, you know, they always sold it on the side of the road in the 2-liter bottles. That was my favorite.
That's the best. So here's the thing, right? You have to be very careful when you're handling homemade ginger beer. I'm going to help you. I'm going to take this one from you so long. You have to be very careful when you are drinking homemade ginger beer, or when you're buying it, or when you're transporting it.
Because it can explode.
It can. It has. It will. Be careful. Obviously, while the yeast is busy feeding off the sugar, like I said, the carbon dioxide comes out and it starts getting like, you'll see the bottle start swelling.
Yes.
Okay? So when you open it, you do like a slight little tss, and you hold it for a second, it'll start releasing the gas. If you open it too quickly, it's good. It's going to go woof. Also, if you're storing your homemade ginger beer at home, make sure it's got a nice tight lid on it, because it'll be sleeping, and you'll be like, bah! It's not a gunshot. It's your ginger beer.
It's your ginger beer.
Exactly.
And obviously you need to store your ginger beer upright, right?
Yes, absolutely. So storing it upright, you'll actually notice that the sediment falls to the bottom of the bottle, and that's fine, that's normal. And what happens is you actually strain off that little sediment at the bottom. Yes. If you notice Zoe's going like this, it's because I'm talking to them and I'm chopping, and every time I go down, Zoe goes...
I know, I'm waiting for you to chop a finger.
No, I won't. I'm perfectly fine.
We have medics on standby.
We do.
And HR is watching.
Okay, Zoe's not joking. And I know if I'm going to call HR to the kitchen, he's not going to come. But for some weird reason, HR's in the kitchen today. I must have done something wrong. I don't know why HR's in the kitchen. Brent can come in. Brent, I called you in. No, Brent is
He's
shy.
hiding away.
Brent, okay, South Africa, Brent is... No, come in, Brent!
We have an HR on set.
Okay. Brent! He's coming in.
Coming into camera.
We're going to have a conversation a little later, apparently, because this is South Africa, this is Brent. He's our HR. He can't talk right now because he doesn't have a mic. But, like, am I in trouble?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, Brent, thank you for being on. Thank you, Brent. I introduce you. South Africa, if you don't see me on the show tomorrow, it's been great. It's been amazing. I don't know why HR's in the kitchen. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, Brent, for coming in.
Chef Clem, how could you
I'm
do
not
that
nervous.
to her?
I'm fine. Okay, so now we've got our finely chopped ginger.
How much ginger do you add to your recipe? Like all 3 pieces or just the one?
Of what, sorry?
Of your ginger. How much do we need for this recipe?
Here's the thing. There's no rule as to how much ginger you can add to it. The more, the better. Absolutely.
Yes.
It's all about, just remember, the more you add, the more intense and flavor your ginger beer is going to be. And you also don't have to really be too... like, there's quite a lot of sugar in there, and you've worried it's going to be very sweet. It's not going to be. What actually happens is the yeast that we're going to add into that mixture eats that sugar, and it actually like takes that sweetness level down. The longer the sugar sits with the yeast in that bottle, the drier it's going to become. When I say drier, I mean less sweet.
Okay.
Use my other trick. We're not going to get to the... Because ginger beer does take a little time to make, but use my tricks. The raisins do go in.
Yes.
The reason for that is the yeast gets food, which it eats slowly over time, whereas the sugar, it eats immediately to get the bubbles coming in. My other trick, obviously...
When you bottle it, sorry to interrupt, do you take the raisins out? Because I've never bought ginger beer that had raisins in it.
Yes. You haven't?
No.
So I do put the raisins in there, and I let them sit in the fridge or under the counter with some raisins. And again, this allows the yeast to slowly eat the raisins, and that you want that. That way it just keeps on getting stronger and stronger and stronger. My other trick, which I think people don't know about, cream of tartar.
Okay.
It just somehow balances the flavors in the ginger beer, amplifies that ginger beer, the ginger flavor.
Yes.
And have you used this before in your ginger beer?
No, I use lemon.
Same thing as that acid that comes through. You can take this home. Just take it. Just take it home.
So much.
Just take it home. Because that's what's going to make your ginger beer so amazing.
Yes.
Another thing is when you do bottle it, you either get a little swing top or you get a bottle, and you have to sterilize your bottles and your lids. Screw the lid on, and with the lid screwed on, make sure it's a tight fit. Again, we don't want things to pop in the middle of the night, and that's how you can store it. You can store it in the fridge for a very long time. Just make sure it stays chilled, and don't let it get hot, because again, it's going to expand, pop, things going to happen. That's what you need. We're going to keep on going on to the ad break, but I'm telling you, follow these steps. You're going to have the most amazing ginger beer ever.
I thank you so
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you so much. I've learned such a lot today.
Well, listen, we are loving having you here, Auntie Jocelyn, so thank you so much for hanging out with us. The culinary hotline is not going anywhere, so if you do have a culinary conundrum or you want to ask Chef Clem any question for the kitchen, give us a call right now. The number is 021 110 5552, and the culinary hotline, bling!
Ting, ting, ting!
It will be back soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Get ready to mark your calendars for Friday, the 26th of March, 2021, because that is the date that we've all been waiting for. We are excited to announce that DIY retailer Leroy Merlin is set to open a brand new store on this date in Fourways, Johannesburg. And the CEO, Cedric Senepar, and Head of Department, Mzwandile Wana, now join us this morning via video call to chat about this new opportunity, this new store layout, and extended range of products aimed at the very enthusiastic South African DIY market. Gentlemen, a very good morning. How are you?
Thank you very much, Rael and Graham, for welcoming us this morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to you all. Now, gents, I've got to ask Cedric, first question for you. I mean, Leroy Merlin specializes in what I believe is the widest selection of construction, hardware, home decor, and of course, garden products. But can you tell us how the COVID-19 pandemic has kind of caused a surge in the demand for DIY products?
Yeah, in fact, look, not only in South Africa, but all over the world, the COVID pandemic has impacted our industry on a very positive way. In fact, imagine spending time at home, working from home, doing homeschooling. Of course, you realize all what you want to fix. You imagine how you want to reorganize your home to be more comfortable. And of course, you have more time to plan and to do so. But DIY is also a very healthy activity to keep you mentally positive and to be proud of what you achieve by yourself.
Mzwandile, Leroy Merlin always ensures that the customer experience is exciting, it's comfortable, and always very unique. So what new store features and different departments can we expect at your brand new Fourways branch that are definitely going to have customers coming back for more?
We worked quite extensively on our kitchen, bathroom, and carpentry section. This is to give you an idea if you want to change your space. We have the inspiration for that. Our technical departments, which is plumbing, electricity, and heating and cooling, these sections gives the possibility to our customers to try our products, to test them, and see if really it is what they want before they can purchase. We know that South Africans, they like to buy, they like their outdoor space. This section offers quite a big range.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Now, Cedric, one of the things that I love even more is that you're proud to say that the people are at the heart of the company. Now, can you tell me a bit more about why it's so important for you as a business to create employment, but also to build opportunities for your staff and overall just improve that customer experience?
We give all staff members the space to be able to take initiative, to make their own decision, to solve customer issues. Having autonomous and accountable staff member in front of them really change the customer experience. And that's what we want to focus on and to give this autonomy and responsibility to our team.
Mzwandile, how exactly do you think this new store is going to further motivate customers as we embark on our very own DIY journeys with what's available?
We say to our customers, if you're looking to learn or to improve your DIY stores, we have our workshops available. We have the best price in the market. You can put us to test on that one. We have a click and collect where our customers can come and collect their products within 2 hours in the store. We have additional services, your installations. We partner with Kandua. If you want to say sorry or you want to say thank you, we have a florist in the store that is really available to sell you flowers.
Can you get a sneak peek, I guess, of some of the opening specials that we can expect that are on offer this Friday?
I'm sure one will be a very good one is Thomas Tap, one of our best sellers last year with a special price. But more than that, the Acapulco chair, I'm sure you saw this chair everywhere on website, on Instagram, everywhere. And believe me, the price will be totally incredible, half of the normal market price for this chair.
That sets the tone. Gentlemen, we couldn't be more excited for your next big, exciting step forward. Thank you so much for placing people at the heart of what you do. It's inspiring for us to be a partner in our small way with what you do and your mindset and culture there that speaks volumes. And of course, the products speak for themselves. So thank you so much for spreading some of that love and joy, and all the best of luck with the opening of the store.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Now, Leroy Merlin is inviting you, Mzansi, to attend the four-way store opening on Friday, the 26th of March. That's 2021 this year. And it's happening from 9 a.m. for the ribbon cutting, and it's going all the way through. So for you to enjoy the specials and win great prizes, you do not want to miss out on this DIY extravaganza.
And here's the added bonus. You also stand the chance of winning a 5,000 Rand Leroy Merlin voucher will take you far, and that you can spend on the latest DIY products at their new four-way store. All you have to do is reply to the competition post on our Expresso Facebook or our Twitter page and tell us what about Leroy Merlin sets them apart. We've given you ample this morning. Don't forget to use the hashtag Leroy Merlin SA, and that competition runs up until Friday the 26th of March 2021, obviously, and you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com.
And remember, of course, the store opening hours are Monday to Friday from 7 to 6, and on Saturday it's from 8 to 6, and Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 4. What are you waiting for? It's DIY time.
Be the hero in your home with Leroy Merlin DIY retail stores and the widest selection of construction, hardware, kitchen, bathroom, home decor and garden products.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's the culinary hotline bling.
Ting, ting, ting!
That's right, and Chef Clem, he joins us in studio to solve your culinary conundrums. And we also have a very special guest, Auntie Jocelyn, joining us, one of our Expresso viewers who's with us this morning. So if you do have a question for Chef Clem, give us a call right now. The number is 021 110 552. Now, Chef Clem, on Facebook, we had a very interesting question. Last week, I know you made those mince pies using puff pastry, and we had one of our viewers who asked the question, can you use the same pastry to make samosas?
You can, but it's not the same pastry. So keep in mind when you are using, if you do want to use puff pastry, which is perfectly fine, it's just a little spicy mince pie, you can. So just make sure it's not a very wet sauce, or else it's going to leak out of your pastry, or it's going to be a very wet pastry. You're not going to get that crispy bottom that you want. The proper pastry supposed to use is called pur or papa pastry, and it's made out of... There we go, you did it so well. It's made out of flour, water, touch of salt, and that trick that I found out, a little squeeze of lemon. And the reason I found this out is because in a few weeks we're actually going to make, say it again, from scratch, which
Like a
is
cat.
such an amazing thing to learn how to do. So to our question on Facebook, you can eat puff pastry. It's not the same pastry, but I'm going to teach you how to make some Worcester pastry in a few weeks' time.
I'm here for that, and you have to leave me the offcuts and make Papa bites.
That is exactly. Zoe, you're giving away all my tips on the segment. But you know what? I'm actually, on that day that we do that, I'm going to try and get we'll make sure we have like a decent amount of people in the kitchen, socially distant, because I realize why Indian families are so large, because it takes an assembly line to make some Worcesters and spring rolls. So we're going to do it traditional style. We're going to get the whole team in the kitchen, and we're going to make some Worcesters from scratch.
I like that. Okay, we also have a Facebook message that came through from Shireen Abrams. Now, she asked this question, Chef Clem. She says, good morning, Clem. Happy Wednesday. Clem, will you be making some fish recipes soon? Loving the vibe in the kitchen this morning. Always enjoying the culinary hotline. Have an awesome day. Lots of love. Thank you for that, Shireen.
Shireen, I get a lot of questions about fish, and people are intimidated by cooking seafood. They feel like they're going to overcook it, or it's just not going to be right. So for me, the easiest way to do that is to put everything into a parcel and let it steam in the oven. It's the most forgiving way to steam or cook fish. And it's one of the first things they taught us how to cook fish when we were in chef school. So we're going to do this. I'm going to ask you for some help, and Justin, you can do that. I've got some butter, and I've got some pesto and some pepper. I'm going to ask you if you can make a pesto butter for me. And it's called a compound. Anytime you add flavor to a butter, it's called a compound butter. So I keep a few compound butters in my fridge. If I make a steak, I'll just slice off a piece of the butter, let it rest on there. So I've got a sun-dried tomato one, I've got the pesto one, I've got a chili compound butter, and I just keep those in the fridge because they turn a good dish into a great dish by just adding a little bit of butter to it. We know that butter and seafood, best friends, and this is a really great one to go with fish. So, okay, you're going to jump on that.
So Auntie Jocelyn's just going to mush the...
mush is the technical term, because there's no technical, don't blend it, don't anything. Just use a fork and just give it a mush, mush, mush.
There we go, some elbow grease.
Do you cook a lot of seafood at home?
Yes, I do.
And do you have a favorite that you like going to, like your favorite go-to seafood dish?
Oh, paella.
Yeah.
Paella.
I love it too.
And are you making a pickled fish ahead of Easter?
Oh, yes. It's better to make it about 2 or 3 days before, even a week before the time, right, Chef Clem?
People do make it like a week and a half in advance, because some people believe like it needs to sit that long before you get that flavor. And you know what? You do that. I love pickled fish. Are you going to make some pickled fish this Easter?
I've never made pickled fish.
Okay, cool. But so who makes it when it's Easter?
My mom makes it, and she's excellent at it, and she's never shared that recipe with me, so I let her make it.
There's some things that moms make that you just don't, like, even being a chef, there's some things I just don't attempt. No one makes better malva than my mom. Period. And I'll make it when I need to, but I mean, she makes malva that'll literally just make you cry. It's so delicious. Are there any signature dishes that you make?
I make my own thing. I do my own thing.
Okay, but is there something that when someone says Auntie Jocelyn, they go, that dish? Is there something that you have a signature dish?
Haddock.
Haddock is amazing. I love haddock as well because you get that smoky flavor from it.
Yes.
And then in South Africa, our haddock is actually hake, which you then lightly smoke.
Yes.
And we know that hake is the most popular fish in South Africa. Yeah. And you get your snook and you get all the other types. But hake is amazing because there's not many bones in there.
No.
And it's such a light flavored fish. So, okay, I've got this is a super easy dish. I've got some green beans down. And then I'm going to add a little bit of, let's go. You see, there's no actual rule to this one. I'm going to take some hake. And then I'm going to make little parcels out of it.
You just take the hake as is. You don't need to rinse it, nothing.
Do you hear the giggles in the background? You don't need... No, actually, you can. You can if you want to. And maybe it's perfectly fine. You can rinse your hake. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so we're going to do is we're going to make... I've got 2 big fillets in there, and that's going to feed a family of 4. Yeah. Maybe even 6 if you cut into the right portion size. So I'm going to go with the...
So you cut it beforehand, you don't cut it afterwards?
You cut it before, and I'm going to actually keep the skin on, by the way. So the reason you cut it before instead of after, if you do cut it after, remember hake is a flaky fish, it's just going to fall over the place, and then you have to make fricadelles.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't. So season and cut before the time. Then I'm going to add some baby spinach. Baby spinach, as it cooks, is going to wilt down, and that's exactly what you want to happen. Yes. So I'm using these ingredients, but you can go crazy with it. You can add asparagus to it. You can add roast vegetables to it. Everything's just going to cook in this bag. It's going to get so much flavor. So now that I've got your beautiful... Okay, let me use yours, because you've done such an amazing job.
Shall I add some pepper?
Jocelyn did.
You did. You can absolutely add pepper.
So how much butter are you about about to add? Because you just went
Did you
there
see
for
that?
the whole...
I literally went like this, and so I was like, how much butter? No, okay.
I was thinking about cholesterol here.
There we go, like that. I mean,
Okay.
a teaspoon's perfectly fine. All it's going to do is it's going to add flavor to your fish, and it's going to create some of that liquid that you need to steam the fish, and that's perfect. That's perfect. And then extra pepper, and all you're going to do is you're going to wrap it up, and then you can even write a little love note on there, whoever it's for, and then it goes into the oven. And then when you're done, so we would grab it out of the oven. I think, have you got your lappy there?
Yes, I do have a lappy.
And it's in the first blue dish. And what you do is I actually present it like that to the table, so everybody gets to open up their own dish, their own little parcel of fish. Are you okay there, Zoe?
Yes, can I put it on here?
Nice. And you can do the reveal. You can open it up and we can see what the fish looks like inside. And it cooks for about 15 minutes. And again, because you're trapping all that moisture inside the full parcel, you're never going to have dry fish.
Can I open it?
Go for it. There's one for you.
Should we
one for Auntie Jocelyn.
Thank you.
There we go.
And you want
Very
that steam
hot.
to come out.
Be careful, yeah.
Are you okay? Are you winning? Are you winning?
I feel like chef hands can handle heat.
You got it.
Look at that.
Lovely.
And you got it. I mean, can I take it out?
Please do. Please, please, please. There we go.
And all you do, I serve this with mash, I serve it with roast potatoes. It's so delicious, and you want that butter, like seafoody sauce, just drizzled over everything. It's so, so delicious.
Yes.
This is amazing,
Lovely,
and it's
that's
such
lovely.
a fun way to serve it.
It is. I love it.
And
Have you
the
had
aroma,
that?
the aromas.
The aromas.
Aroma.
Nice.
Well, the nice thing is we have this recipe as well as the ginger beer that Chef Clem made. It's available on our website, expressoshow.com. Auntie Jocelyn, I need to ask you, who is watching you today? You want to say hello to them?
Oh, my word. My family, my friends, everybody, especially the nurses from Alexandra Hospital. Have a good day. Thank you, my Expresso family. God bless you all.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Love
This
that.
is so special and so, unfortunately, we have to say that's the end of the Culinary Hotline. Bling!
Ting, ting, ting.
Well, it's just the end for today, so please keep those comments and questions coming through. Next week, the line will be open again, but ask those questions away on social media, and Chef Clem will be ready. And who knows, maybe you can join us in the kitchen like Auntie Jocelyn. Does a room in your home desperately need a deep clean and declutter experience? This could be your chance to upgrade your space for you and your family to enjoy. SA's online cleaning hub, Cleanipedia, is giving away 2 room transformations worth 30,000 Rand each. Visit cleanipedia.com/ZA and sign up to enter. You could also stand a chance to win weekly prize hampers. Get easy, expert cleaning tips for a happier home at cleanipedia.com/ZA.
Catch the repeat of the Insider Essay Saturday night at 8 as we explore the theme of Women United. Join Metro FM radio personality Dineo Renaka at the exclusive Kacha Kama Nature Reserve. Enjoy a boutique pamper session with actresses Natasha Tahane, Tandi Mataila and Rosemary Zumu, and discover a new activewear range by musician and entrepreneur DJ Zindler. That's the Insider Essay this Saturday night at 8 only on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Well, you don't have to wait until Saturday night for some great entertainment. Why? Because this morning has flown by, largely in part because we have been treated to some amazing performances by Rolene. It's now time to put her to the test. Time for some fun and games on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Rolene will be joining us for a round of one of our favorite games titled Music Match. Dun, dun, dun. So here's how it works. I will give our players a word and they need to then sing an existing, I repeat, an existing song that features that word in the lyrics anywhere in it. You guys can play along at home. Did you get nervous when I said existing song, Jamie? Because I have a feeling you do a gospel-sounding song and then you tell me it's a real song and I don't know.
Because I know you don't know it, so
come
that's why
on,
I'll
man.
single, I'll take it to church.
Don't hate
You
the
know.
player, hate the game.
Okay.
Sorry.
Join sides. You're on the opposite team here. You're supposed to be
I
dominant.
love power.
Yay!
Oh, this is going to be
empowerment.
difficult,
We're
man.
here.
Already, I can feel it's going to be tough. No, it is a lot of fun. And remember, us seeing you fail spectacularly is just as entertaining as you getting it right. So it's no pressure, no pressure. Rolene, we're going to start with you, girl, because you
Oh,
are
so
a
it's not
guest.
like one word and we just both shouted.
No.
Okay,
I'm going to give you the chance to earn that first point. The
Right.
golden monkey is on the line here, okay? You can see that little golden monkey.
It's close to
That's
that
yours,
Grammy.
girls.
Can I
It
take
really
it home?
is.
Getting
It's the
a
most
Grammy.
coveted
Can I take it home?
prize.
Can I keep it for the week?
It's the most coveted prize on all television, okay? You might not even be able to touch it. Okay, let's get it going. Our first word is stop.
I'ma let you finish, but I only got a minute. I've been giving you myself on time. It's gotta stop. It's my song.
Does it sound like that? Can you sing
Yeah.
it for me?
No, it doesn't. I had to get to the word. And it's
Yeah,
so
oh man,
far.
you went.
Like,
I
why
thought you were
did I
going through
get
like
it?
every song that you've ever sung to get to
Keep
that point. Awesome, 1 point. Sing it, give it, belt it out for us quickly.
I'ma let you finish, but I only got a minute. I've been giving you myself on charge. It's gotta stop.
It's got to stop. No, it's got to. No, I mean it's actually.
Can I feel like your backup?
Yes, I love that.
Okay.
I'll be here for you.
Our next word is heart.
Ooh! But I loved you with the deepest part of my soul. But the feeling wasn't mutual. 3 words, 8 letters, and this love, baby, could have lasted forever. So baby broke my heart so bad I almost showed.
You couldn't even
say?
Ooh, hot boxing.
Yes, I was trying to get to that. I just
My
knew
heart, I was thinking of my heart
We'll
would go
go
on.
on.
And there was no
Anything.
way that I was going to be able to sing it. But well done, you get a point. How you got to that point, you know, the Lord only knows. Okay, our next word is good.
Oh my gosh. Good. Good. I'm on that good. I don't know. I got some bad girls that I can call.
Oh yeah.
But it's a song.
It is. It
It is a
sounds like a
song.
song.
I know that. I don't know.
I know
what
it.
I
I
would
know
do
it.
without you.
Cool. Oh yeah, this morning is quite impressive. Well, that's 2 point plays 1. Okay, weekend.
Weekend. I'm your weekend.
I'm no weekend, but okay.
Special.
Keep going.
I'm no weekend.
Yes.
Weekend special.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I'm sure we've even sung that in our Tuesday karaoke. So well done. Lights.
All of the lights, all of the lights. That's the song. All of the lights in here, baby. Extra bright.
Oh man, I have a feeling you could have sung about 5 songs. Beautiful. Neck and neck, guys. Neck and neck. Okay, here's an easy one. Love.
Love. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Dun 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 dun, say you love me too.
Who originally released that song?
Bonnie.
That Bonnie, the OG. No more purple dinosaur.
Oh.
I don't know if this one's difficult or easy. Water.
Water. I'm walking on water just to be with you. I'm walking on water.
I feel like I'm going to fail as the games master here because you guys are just in it together, okay? You struggled with driver's license,
Oh, but not
okay?
again.
Can you do drive?
Never and drive, 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 drive. So shut up and drive, drive, drive.
Is that a song?
Yes,
Okay.
Rihanna.
Yeah, Rihanna.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that.
He doesn't want us
You
to
can.
pass
No,
this one.
say it. Say the word. Just say.
Shut up and drive.
There we go.
drive,
Get it
drive,
out, man.
drive.
Can't have a good girl on TV every day. All right. Your last word for the day: money.
Oh, wow. Money. Money, 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 money. Money.
Money, 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 money. Hey, hey.
Beautiful. Full house. Full house.
Is that my word? Full house?
No. If you get it, man, I'll give you a bonus point. No, your final word for the day is lovely.
Lovely. It's gonna be a lovely day, a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. Oh.
You guys, can I get a round of applause? An absolutely stellar performance from both of our artists this morning. You didn't even have to make a song up today.
For the first
we dug
time,
deep when you know you
brought the best in you.
when you're digging into the Barney kind of vault, then you know you're digging deep. But we did it, ladies. Well done. I'm going to let you do what you do best and actually perform for us this morning. We got one more performance coming to you, and just for you in your house, from a lady that is dying to perform for you. Rolene is going to perform one more of her hits today. Ladies, thank you. Another round of applause for our brilliant game of Music Match.
And before Rolene performs, we're going to quickly take a look at the comments that came through on social media this morning. We asked you the question, what are some of your favorite highlights from high school? And this is what you had to say. Robin says, good morning, Expresso show. My favorite memories are from the days when we participated in their inter-school athletics, whole day in the sun at the then Greenpoint Stadium, the chanting, the singing, the screaming, egging on the other schools, and waiting with bated breath to see whether your school was in the lead or not. Hier kom ons SWEP, SEWP. There we go. There we go. Via peer. You know what it is? These hashtags are confusing, but there's one hashtag that's not confusing. It is Expresso Show. We have promised you that one performance. Let's hear it.
Listen, it was amazing having Rolene with us in studio. Girl, you put me through my paces for that music match, but thank you again so much for gracing us. 1111 album is coming full circle for us. You are here to perform one more song called Danger, and of course, don't forget to get your hands on those tickets. It is happening this week in the Raw Rolene Experience, the 24th through the 26th to the 28th this weekend. 200 Rand Quicket is where you can get your tickets, but right now for the final performance here is Rolene with Danger.
Ice cream, tell me you don't like me. I want a bad boy tonight. Kiss me politely, cause I like them feisty. Say sorry so I don't leave you. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. I want a bad boy that's nice. Yeah. I just wanna kiss your lips, show a little backbone. I mean it, push me up on the wall. Stop acting like an angel. Everybody needs just a little bit of danger. A little bit of danger. I want a bad boy that's nice. I want it on my lips. I want that sweet and sour sugar coated candy kiss. Or no need to tell her what to do all night. Said I just want us dancing with our hips. Show a little backbone. I mean it. Push me up on the wall. Stop acting like an angel. Everybody needs just a little bit of danger. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of danger. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of danger. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I just wanna sense your lips, show a little backbone. I mean it, push me up on the wall. Stop acting like an angel. Everybody needs just a little bit of danger. Said everybody needs just a little bit of danger. Everybody needs just a little bit of danger.
Sneak in ya, girl. Sneak in ya.
Are we back?
Oh, man. Can we give a round of applause for the band this morning? Ah, rock stars.
Rock stars, guys.
I hope we felt like an audience.
You did.
Like a real live audience.
There was so much energy in this room. I loved it.
Oh man, we love the fact that you've been able to come out here and perform for us. I know it's been a tough year without the audiences, but you've got it. The Rolene experience is coming. Just once again, give us those details because the people want you, man. They want to see you. They want to be there.
So, this mic right?
Yes.
You can sing it if you want, girl. Yeah.
$200 on Quicket. You can literally just go type in Raw presents the Rolene experience. And yeah, this weekend, 26th to the 28th, 4 shows, 30 acts, amazing acts. Yes, go and get the tickets. Go and get the tickets.
And let's support local.
Yeah, no, completely, man, because local needs it right now, but local is doing the most at the moment. I mean, you've done some amazing collaborations through your time. Who would you most like to work with now? Who's got you excited?
It's between Drake and Bruno Mars and Ty Dolla $ign. Those are my top 3.
Wow.
I can see
Put it out there. I can see a Drake.
I can see a Drake. I'm already close, guys. I'm telling you.
Really?
So close.
Putting it out there.
So
Are we putting it out there, or is this an exclusive?
It's very close.
We're putting it into the universe.
It's that easy.
Let's put it in the universe. We are
listen,
going to collaborate with
I'm just saying that this show has this weird kind of prophetic nature. When you put something out there, stuff happens. It really does happen. I can't tell you what a treat it's been to have you in studio, to have you here, to have you performing live, and just have your energy on set.
I had so much fun. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
I know it's early for a muser, really early, but to come and rock out in the way that you have, it's been truly amazing. Ladies, you've also been wonderful. It's been such a cool show today. Thank you so much. Culinary Hotline has been amazing, so thank you so much for your contributions today. Tomorrow, the Artscape are here. We get to do it all over again. And of course, celebrating, you talk about an incredible milestone, 50 years in supporting the arts. So we want to add our voice to the many that are celebrating that. I'm going to say to my little snack that wasn't here today.
I was about to say the exact
Ryle, I missed you today, my little morsel. Look forward to having you back tomorrow. Look forward to having you guys back tomorrow. Rolene, thank you again. You're an absolute superstar. We'll see you then. Adios, muchachos.
Make the most of glorious summer with your picnic favorites. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.